following is a special presentation from the Mountain Coast Network. Georgia Highlands College presents Paulding County Patriot Football on the World Wide Web through Mixlr.com. Live coverage of Paulding County Patriot games on the Mountain Coast Network is brought to you in part by Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, your East Rome and Armuchee McDonald's, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Now, let's go live to the stadium for tonight's game with the voices of Paulding County football, Steve Turrentine and Logan Maddox.
And welcome into Timothy D. Clanton Senior Field here at South Paulding High School in Douglasville. I'm Logan Maddox. Alongside me is Steve Turrentine. We're getting set for a big region and county rivalry matchup between the Paulding County Patriots and the South Paulding Spartans. Paulding County coming in 2-5 on the year, still searching for their first region victory of 2021. South Paulding, on the other hand, Steve, comes in with a chance to win the region title. This is a big game as far as playoffs and the region title race go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so crazy. We've talked about how good this region is anyway. And when you look down, you have, 5 teams, I think, sitting there at 3-1. And but this South Paulding team is in a really, really good position. Rome's in a really, really good position after already beating Carrollton, and so it is a tight race. What's crazy is you sit here and you think about, Logan, we talked about this a little bit on the ride down, but you're going to have a really, really good team not even making the playoffs.
Yeah, 5 teams fighting for 4 playoff spots, and obviously, East Paulding, Paulding County, Dalton, they're still alive. They need a lot of things to happen.
Yeah.
But you're right, you've got 5 teams tied for first place, and the criminal nature of that in high school sports is somebody's going to miss the playoffs. So this is an important game for Paulding County because you want to bounce back. You almost beat a big county rival last week, but it's even more important, it feels like, for South Paulding because they have everything to lose tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And as a coach, you're glad that you kind of control your destiny. It's always that way to some degree, but when you're sitting on Coach Vance's side of the field, it's much different. You have to have a lot. You can control up to the point to where you're gonna need to win out, but other than that, you have to rely on a lot of other variables that you can't control. With South Paulding coming in, they just need to win. They need to continue to win, and then it's just going to be a matter of where they fall in those 4 spots.
Well, of course, the Patriots trying to end a 4-game losing streak and trying to get their first region win of the year. It's got to start somewhere. And, Paulding County's coming in. I think this is a game where you can play loose. You can try some things that maybe you normally wouldn't do and see what can work because you really have nothing to lose right now. South Paulding is the one with all the pressure on them. And this is a great team that Paulding County is playing. Don't get us wrong. This is going to be a fun matchup, but it's one where we're going to come back and look at the end of the night and we're going to say either, Paulding County came out, played loose and got the game, got it done, or South Paulding came out and did what everybody's expected them to do.
You're exactly right. And the thing we've said this whole time is it's a shame because Paulding County is a better football team than what their record shows. They have class. They have top shelf players. They've just been hit with injuries. They've got Braden Scott back last week. They got Okoye back this week. That's a huge step to them. Micah Kelly's feeling better. Not sure he was. He had a Q by his name coming into tonight. We were kind of looking for him pregame stuff and didn't mean he wasn't here. We just didn't necessarily see him. And so looks like J.J. Kelly is going to do the majority of the carrying the ball, carrying most of the load, and we'll kind of see. He's always got a couple of people that are bouncing in and out with him. So, but anyway, yeah, you're right. But Paulding County's get probably as close as they've had since those first couple of games of having a full squad back, and so it's going to be you cannot take them for granted. They're good enough to beat people. They've just haven't had the best of luck this season so far.
And that's really what it comes down to sometimes in high school football is luck.
Yeah.
And we'll see if the luck is on the side of the blue and white. Paulding County here on the road in Douglasville at big-time rival South Paulding, 10th all-time meeting between the two schools. Well, we're going to step aside. We're going to take a timeout here from some of our sponsors. Got a ton to cover here in pregame, Steve. By the way, Steve, great to have you back this week. We missed you.
Dude, I tell you, man, it's great to be back. We had wife and I had a chance. We had fall break. We had a chance to kind of go on a little trip. Enjoyed that. And but boy, I miss being here and miss being here with you, calling these games with you. As always, you did a great job and held down the fort.
I appreciate that, Steve, and glad to have you here tonight, and glad to have everybody tuning in here for this road contest, Paulding County and South Paulding. We're going to step aside. We come back. We'll have a chance to talk to head coach Van Spence ahead of this region matchup and county rivalry matchup. Before we break away, we do want to thank all of our sponsors here on the Mountain Coast Network. They include Georgia Highlands College, Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, McDonald's of East Rome and Armuchee, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Thanks to all of our sponsors. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Paulding County Patriots football presented by Georgia Highlands College here on the Mountain Coast Network.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
If another crisis happens, will your job be secure? Find a career path where you are essential. Georgia Northwestern Technical College offers programs of study in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient campus locations. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Visit us on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Be essential.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
Welcome back to the Patriots pregame show, broadcasting live on the Mountain Coast Network. I'm your host, Logan Maddox, and I'm joined now by Paulding County head coach Van Spence. We're just a few minutes away from tonight's rivalry game at South Paulding. The Patriots and Spartans are just about ready to tee it up from Douglasville. Coach Spence, we've got a big one tonight. How do you feel?
Well, I'm excited. It's always good when you get to play another in-county rival. We get a couple kids back tonight that are excited for the challenge. So looking forward to it, feeling good about our kids, and hoping we can play good in all three phases.
Well, last week it was a close loss at East Paulding for the good guys. From your perspective, what happened in that game, and what was your message to the team afterwards?
Well, it was a tough one. I mean, it's one of those games where you feel like you just kind of had it ripped out of your hands. So it was a tough message. Our kids, our coaches, heck, our community was just pretty downtrodden after the loss. But the message is we just didn't do enough in all three phases to help us secure the win. So as always, we went, watched the tape, worked to improve in those areas. So hopefully we can do a good showing tonight.
Yes, sir. Well, the Patriots had some big chunk plays on offense. At the end of the game, it came down to a fourth down play, and they just couldn't quite get it. How did you feel about the offensive effort on Friday night, though?
Well, it was hot and cold. A little disappointed how we didn't run the ball real well. And, I'll give credit to East Paulding. They had a plan in their secondary, and part of that, kind of threw us off a little bit with getting some of our big-time chunk plays that we've had in the prior weeks. So, we got to that situation. We put ourselves in the position to drive down and hopefully win the game. Unfortunately, we took that sack right there. That hurt. And then next play, we run the comeback, and, Khalil, who had a solid game, heck, he's had a solid season, he slipped. And then on that fourth down, we just couldn't finish it. So, it's one of those things that, we just got to get better, and hopefully we can fix those things and have a good showing this evening, of course.
Well, defensively, it felt like Paulding County shined at times at East Paulding. The defense had several big plays, including a 105-yard fumble return for a touchdown by Liam Jeffries that was just an amazing play. What were your thoughts on the defensive effort in that game?
Well, our defense, we've been hot and cold, but, I'll give Coach Umber Brown, our coordinator, and all the defensive coaches credit. I mean, they work extremely hard. Our kids, especially Liam, that guy's just a football player, and we're very glad that he's in our program. We're glad he's just a junior, but, he played with just relentless effort. I thought our D-line played really well, but they found a little weakness here near the end that cost us, but hopefully we've worked to correct that this week. But I think all in all, our kids played hard. They're doing some good stuff. We got to shear some things up in the secondary because, kept giving away some easy completions because we were just a little bit wrong in our technique. So hopefully those errors have been corrected, and we'll have a good showing once again this evening.
Sounds good, Coach. And final question, looking back at, the past week, how did practice go this week at Paulding County?
Did a good job of showing up to work, working hard, and rallying the troops. And then we also got some shot of energy because David Okoye was back in the mix, and, he's going to be able to play tonight, and he's going to hopefully contribute. And then also Micah started working back, Micah Kelly, who got hurt game 3. So we're hoping we might see him in the mix as well. So, those things, when you get a teammate back and then, you got motivation to play a team in the county, I thought practice went well.
Logan Maddox here speaking with Paulding County head coach Van Spence. His team's warming up right now, getting ready for tonight's road contest at South Paulding. It's the second straight week that the Patriots are on the road playing a region and county rival. After a tough one at East Paulding, we've made the trip down here to South Paulding. Spartans are currently sitting tied for first place in the region, and they're coached by interim head coach Eric Robinson. Coach Spence, what do you expect from South Paulding tonight?
South Paulding is a very, very solid ball club. When you got your left and your right tackle or kids with Power 5 offers and a Power 5 kid at quarterback and running back, they are going to be physical. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to try to let their quarterback make plays with his feet and his arms, and everything we've seen on tape, that's what we're expecting. But, they'll be well coached. They do a lot of different stuff on defense, giving you a lot of different looks. So, we're hoping with our prep this week, we'll be ready to go out there and give them a quality game and hopefully come out on top. But, they'll be well coached. It'll be a physical ball club.
The county matchups are always big ones. Looking back, at last week and then ahead to this week, how has the mood in the locker room been preparing for South Paulding?
It's no disrespect to anybody else in our region, but, if we, following the East Paulding game, the way it finished, if we were playing anybody else in our region, I don't know if our kids would be as motivated. But the fact that it is in county, and many of these kids went to middle school together, they're motivated, they're excited for the challenge, and I'm hoping our play replicates the emotions towards this week.
Your guys have the chance this evening to play spoiler and really throw a monkey wrench into the region standings, along with, keeping postseason hopes alive. How have your guys responded to the thought of playing spoiler tonight at South Paulding?
Unfortunately, the situation we've been in here lately, the last couple of years, has been, near the end, what are we ultimately playing for? So anytime you get a chance to, quote unquote, rain on somebody's parade, it's kind of exciting. It's fun. And also, there's nothing to lose tonight. So don't be surprised if you see some unique things on offense, defense, and special teams. So we're going to go out there, give it our all. We're going to play hard, and we're going to, hopefully, like you said, stir things up.
We talked a little bit last week about players coming back from injury. Last week we saw Braden Scott return, and he had a great game on defense. We've mentioned David Okoye and Micah Kelly as well, but how's the team looking health-wise this evening?
Well, we're still, it's the grind in this region. But, David's been cleared. David Okoye's been cleared. David had 10 catches in game 1, then he got hurt very first play of game 2. So he's back. He'll be providing a spark because now people have to worry about David, Khalil, and Franzier. So that'll be awesome. Micah, he's coming back from the high ankle sprain. Micah, he's actually going to get a little work. He got a little work on our Thursday game. And so tonight we're hoping we can find situations to get him going because he is a horse in the backfield. But other than that, just regular old bumps and bruises. We should be about full go tonight with our personnel.
Last question, Coach. What will the Patriots have to do to come out on top this evening?
A couple things that have given us problems. We got to be strong in special teams. We got to improve on that because we had 2 special teams blunders last week with a drop punt and then, of course, a roughing the kicker. And then we cannot turn the ball over offensively. We have got to make sure we're securing that football. And if we can do that and limit chunk plays because their running back is a very talented player, if we can do those 3 things, play solid special teams, hold on to football offensively, and then, limit them to chunk plays or limit their chunk plays, we got a really, really good chance because we got good kids that are going to work hard. And like I said, they got something to play for tonight. So that's the key to the game tonight.
Sounds good, Coach. Any final thoughts?
No, just as always, we appreciate you guys, Logan, and we appreciate all the fans that support these young men.
Thank you, sir, for your time, and good luck this evening, Coach.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You've been listening to our pregame chat with Patriots head coach Van Spence ahead of tonight's Region 5 6A showdown and rivalry game at South Paulding. We're going to take a time out and hear from our sponsors. Paulding County Patriots football, presented by Georgia Highlands College, is on the Mountain Coast Network.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
And welcome back to South Paulding High School. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you. We're getting you set for a big-time matchup here.
Hear me.
Paulding County, you got it? All right, let's check and see if that's any better.
Sorry about that.
There we go.
The band started and I lost you.
All good. Well,
now, I was going to say this real quick first. I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm ever going to get tired of that Caribbean entrance there. I don't know. It puts me in a good mood.
Hey, shout out Mountain Coast Network for hooking us up with the
right.
absolute best stinger music that we can ask for. But we're here at South Paulding, Steve. It's homecoming, you know, and they came over the speakers before and they asked us to socially distance. But as we look across at the home stands, we look here at the visiting stands, there's not going to be much social distancing.
No, not room to. We don't have enough room to. That's a great sign. That's one thing you love about college football. I mean, high school football. I was thinking about college football earlier, but that's one thing I love about high school football is, well, of course, college football too. But you always have a great group come out and support your local team, and this with the rivalry that it is, not that far of a distance among these schools, and so you have good support on both sides tonight.
We're looking forward to a big game. This is, as we mentioned, not only homecoming for South Paulding, but the Spartans trying to keep their hopes for a region title alive with a win tonight. Paulding County trying to get their first region victory, trying to play spoiler and knock off the Spartans here at home on their homecoming. No better way to bounce back after a tough loss last week than to knock off a team where you're a 29-point underdog to.
Well, I love what Coach Spence was talking about too, is that's one thing that we've really appreciated throughout this whole year is being able to have conversations with him. Such a great guy, really positive, loves where he is, loves his team. But one of the things I fully agree with what he says. There's nothing better. There's nothing at this stage in the game. It's getting that fourth spot is slim to none.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. However, he's got a great group of kids. They're going to fight every game. They're going to play hard. They're going to go hard. And the things that can help salvage, those little things that you look for that can kind of help salvage a season like this, is to be able to upset a rival, be able to go in and beat a Rome, or go in or one of your rivals like South Paulding. It's not a, hey, we're not in. It doesn't look good for us, so we're going to fold the tents. Not at all. They're looking to be that spoiler. They're looking to be that team that can come in and maybe dash some hopes of some other teams.
Well, as we're sitting here in pregame, still about 6 minutes away from kickoff, taking a look at the region standings here in Region 5, Class 6A. It's a 5-way tie for first place, Steve, something we mentioned earlier. Alexander, Carrollton, Douglas County, Rome, and South Paulding all sitting 3-1 in region play. Then you've got East Paulding sitting in 6th place with a 1-3 record. Then Dalton and Paulding County tied at the bottom in 7th place, 0-4 in region play. This is just going to show how great this region is. We knew coming in, but we were so impressed week after week. This is how tight it is. We're this late in the season, still a tie in first place.
No, absolutely. And if you look at it from Paulding County side, they come in tonight, they play hard, they get an upset tonight. Then you're talking they're going to play a Dalton team that's almost in the same situation. Not a bad team, but just hasn't had the luck and hasn't had good fortune. And they can come in and end up in these next couple of weeks getting 2 conference wins, 2 region wins, and that would be huge, a huge confidence builder going into that final game at home against Rome.
Well, looking at last week, the only game in the region was East Paulding and Paulding County, and of course East Paulding with a late score. They took that one 25-21. Everybody else in the region had a bye last week. Tonight, Steve, everybody's back in action.
Absolutely.
There's 4 league games, and this is huge. This is the time of the season where it's great if you love high school football.
Oh, absolutely, because you can't, especially if you're in this area. I mean, you go to just about any school in this area and you're going to find a good football team, and you're going to find a good game to watch. And so, it's a great place to be, great time to be, and we're excited about tonight.
Looking at the other matchups tonight, we've mentioned this one, Paulding County and South Paulding. There's a big one not far down the road from here at Alexander High School. The Cougars 5-1, 3-1, hosting Rome, 5-2, 3-1. 2 first-place teams playing in that one. That is the only matchup between 2 first-place teams this evening. That's going to be a huge one, and we'll find out if Alexander can pull the upset or if the Wolves of Rome High School continue to do what we've seen them do so far this season. Remember, the only team to beat Rome in league play this year is the team Paulding County is playing tonight, South Paulding. Looking at some other matchups, East Paulding is traveling to Carrollton, and Douglas County is hosting Dalton. A couple of heavily favored home teams in those matchups as well. So both sides coming out with their team captains getting ready for the coin toss. Starting out with Paulding County. Your team captains go like this. It's number 54, Jacob Smith. Number 17, the senior quarterback, Braden Malden. Also out there, the senior kicker, Clay Walters, and the senior kicker and homecoming king, Christian White. So for Paulding County, all seniors out there. And who do we have out there?
I'm going to give you numbers, okay? If you can look, you got 71, which I think is one of the tackles that Coach was talking about.
Yes, indeed. Junior offensive lineman Madden Sanker.
Got number 17.
Number 17 is senior fullback Richard Usery.
Looks like somebody, it must be a senior. He's injured. It looks like number 6.
Yeah, R.J. Caffey, the junior running back and linebacker.
And then 54.
And 54 out there for the Spartans is the senior offensive lineman Will Blair.
You know, Coach made a mention of it is a little bit during the pregame is South Paulding have 2. Both of their tackles are very highly touted as just really good players, both 4 stars. You have Isaac Keene, which is he comes in at about 6'3", listed at 277. He is the right tackle, and he has offers right now or has interest from teams like Kentucky, Louisville. Then you have Madden Sanker, who is also, I think Madden's a 4-star. Keene is listed on 247 anyway as a 3, but still phenomenal. But Madden Sanker comes in at 6'5", 280, and he's just a junior. Both of these kids are just juniors. Sanker is number 2 ranked offensive lineman in the nation. He's also has about 16 offers right now. Some of those are UGA, Georgia Tech, Auburn, Oregon, just to show you how well-rounded he is. He's also a state champion in wrestling. And he's actually can play all 5 of the offensive line positions, Logan. So they're going to have the offensive line or defensive line is going to have their hands full right now with those two gentlemen sitting there on the offensive line.
So Paulding County won the toss. The Patriots have elected to defer until the second half. So South Paulding will get a chance to run the ball first. And they're going to be let out of the inflatable tunnel out right in front of their athletic complex. And as you hear, we're right here in the stands. A lot of Paulding County support. We've got the band right beside us, Steve. It's going to be a fun night of some high school football.
Absolutely. It's going to be good. And the cool thing about it, and I don't know if we've mentioned it or not, this is a beautiful, beautiful complex. Just a beautiful field. One of the things that may not have got the attention that in the scheme of things is the press box. And so press box, we're set up right now on Paulding County's side, which, to be honest, I love. We've already been able to interact with a lot of the fans and be able to talk with them. So it's a little different setup from us, so you're going to probably feel a little bit louder than maybe you used to hearing when you tune in to Mountain Coast Network and hearing a Paulding County game. But we've got the band directly to the left of us, and so we're right smack dab on the top at the 50-yard line, and it's going to be exciting tonight, Logan.
No doubt about it. Looking at the jerseys for either side, we'll start out with the visiting Patriots. Paulding County wearing their road white tops with the blue pants. It's got the navy numbers. They've got the white helmets with a couple of stripes down the middle, number on one side and the Paulding County logo on the other side. And as for South Paulding, you can hear their student section in our crowd mic all the way on the other side of the stadium. The Spartans in their gold tops with the white pants. They've got the red numbers with white outline around it. They've got white helmets with a pair of red stripes and a gold stripe down the middle, and they've got the Spartan logo on either side of their helmet. So, Steve, we've looked at the stats all week. We've seen what this Spartan offense can do, and we're going to get a chance to see them to start out this matchup.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be good to get going. I know a lot of times this about the last 10 minutes leading up to kickoff is always a difficult time. It's hard to make sure the kids are focused and ready, and but it definitely looks like both teams are as they're coming onto the field right now for kickoff.
Getting ready for a big one, the 10th all-time meeting between South Paulding and Paulding County. The Spartans own the series so far 7-2. They have the advantage. Paulding County trying to flip the script tonight here in Douglasville. Paulding County getting set to kick off to start this game. The senior kicker, Clay Walters, who's been super reliable both as a place kicker and as a kickoff starter, ready to boot this one downfield.
Looks like Alex Watkins and Brendan Gates are back, both seniors for South Paulding.
Watkins back to return, as you mentioned. Walters checks to his left, checks to his right, steps up, and he pooches it downfield. This one not kicked as far as he can. It's going to be fielded at the 24, starts inside, scoots to the outside, gets up past the 30, down to the 35, and he's hit hard. Big tackle that time by J.P. Pruitt, but a solid return to start things out for South Paulding.
Yeah, and that was Grayson Ellerby. Did good little, like I said, it was pooch kick by Walters. He did a good job avoiding the first tackler and ended up with a pretty good little game, but good coverage by Paulding County.
So now a chance to see the Spartan offense for the first time. They're led out by junior quarterback Kason Wiseman. But as you mentioned just a minute ago, Steve, a couple of fantastic offensive linemen. They've got two receivers to the left, a tight end and a receiver to the left. They're going to run it on the first play, trying to get the edge, and he's not able to. Liam Jeffries greets him in the backfield, and he's going to lose a yard. That time trying to run it with Jamarian Wilcox, but he couldn't get around the big linebacker.
I tell you, a great drive. And I tell you, another person who did a great job that play right there was Gavin White. Excellent job. He's on this side, linebacker on this side, or defensive end on this side. He came down the line, continued pursuit as they were trying to extend that to the sideline. He did a great job pursuit and was able to join in on that tackle.
Two receivers flanked out to the right, two receivers on the left side as well. Weissman, the junior quarterback, in the gun, and Wilcox standing to his right. The snap to Weissman, looking left side, fires. He's got a completion up to the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds. Quick pass on an out route that time, and it gets him a few yards.
Yeah, that was just a really safe throw, safe catch, and well executed. Couldn't tell who made that play over there, but it was just a good pitch and catch, get some yardage, and set up third down.
That was about a 3-yard completion to Watkins, we'll say. Now third down. They've got two receivers to the left, two receivers to the right. Weissman in the gun again. Paulding County showing a blitz. And the snap. They are bringing some pressure. Weissman's going to let it fly. He's got a man open. He's caught it at the 25, and he'll walk in for a touchdown.
Oh, me.
He got behind the defense, did Alex Watkins, and he could walk in.
They dropped. Liam Jeffries had dropped back, and it looked like they were going to be in a zone. They kind of started out like a press as a man. And it almost looked like a mix-up because Jeffries jumped the slant route, and that left that go route wide open. And so, yeah, just miscommunication possibly right there, but a great throw and catch, and, man, puts South Paulding on the board early.
Heartbreaker to start things out for Paulding County. And the extra point about to be attempted. Their kicker is Oswaldo Cerna, the senior. Low snap, dug up by the holder. The kick is up, and it is good from Cerna. And that makes it a 7-0 ball game. Minute and 7 seconds into this one. Paulding County had them third down, but a 59-yard pass to Alex Watkins makes it 7-zip. If you're Paulding County, no better way to respond than a long scoring drive here or a quick one. Either way is fine. You just need to score here.
Yeah, you need to score. Yeah, whether it's you just need to. You definitely take a quick one, but ideally you want to try to set up your running game, passing game, and keep them guessing. But, yeah, they just need to take care of the ball. The main thing they don't need, I'd even take a 3 and out. You'd lots rather do that than turnovers or a lot of penalties. And so, yeah, ideally you want to take care of that football, use up that clock, march down the field, and get a score.
Paulding County's return team already out there. They're ready to go. It's J.P. Pruitt standing at his 5-yard line. I believe Cerna will be kicking off for the Spartans as well. He handles place kicking and kickoffs. If you're just joining us, a quick score from the Spartans. They lead at 7-0, but now it's Paulding County's turn. Spartan kickoff team is set, heading to their spots. And Oswaldo Serna, who just drained that extra point, the senior kicker and soccer player, out there now for South Paulding. He comes up and sends it downfield, does the lefty. It's going to be fielded on the far sideline by J.P. Pruitt. It bounces off of his chest and rolls out of bounds, and Paulding County is going to have it on their own 8.
Wow, that's not ideal at all. He had some running room. It was a short kick, and it was kind of high, but not too high. I think he just, as it was getting to him, he just kind of looked down to see his running room or look at his lane, and just kind of bounced off his hands. And unfortunately, because he would have had time to pick it up, it rolled out of bounds.
So the Patriot offense heading out onto the field for the first time this evening.
It's nice to see number 7 roll out there, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. David Okoye back in that starting offense for Paulding County. You've got trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Malden standing in the pistol. Behind him is Okoye. Okoye actually going to be running back on this play. They're looking to pass. Malden steps up. Flares one for Okoye. He's got it, and it falls out of his hands. He had it at the 40. He was behind the defender,
Yep, sure
but
was.
he drops it.
That was a great move. It wasn't really a double move, just a little stutter move. Just enough to get behind. The cornerback kind of sat on that stutter move. And perfect throw by Malden. And, of course, you could see the first one who kind of, you could tell the respect that Okoye gets as he was going back. Teams high-fiving him, telling him it's okay. But that, even though that didn't work, that it was dropped, that sends a message, though.
2 receivers and a tight end to the left, 1 man out to the right. They're going to run it between the tackles, and there's just nothing there. Hit hard and brought down quickly is the running back, J.J. Kelly, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
I tell you, there was a half of a second where I think that lane was open, and then all of a sudden it got filled in a hurry, and by several South Paulding players. But bring up this long 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 now for Paulding County. Ball on their 8-yard line. They've got trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Malden in the gun, bringing a man in motion. It's Khalil Jones behind him. He's going to fake a handoff, coming near side, a screen for Chardavon. The blocks are there. He's up to the 15, still fighting, and he's going to be about a yard shy. It should be 4th down and 1, but a big gain there on 3rd and 10.
It was. That was a good play, and one or two moves, 1 or 2 blocks, and they could have sprung that for a big gain. Chardavon did a good job. It's just a quick wide receiver, kind of a comeback, little wide receiver screen. And they're going to try to draw them offside right here. I doubt they're going to go for it, but heck, you never know.
They brought in J-Rod Abrams on the right
people moving
side.
one time.
That time they brought in J-Rod Abrams and Talon Cochran, and Cochran was the right tackle, and he's a defensive lineman for a reason.
Yeah. You're exactly right. He was kind of shifting to try to probably, if they might have been going for it, to try to move off this left tackle. But, you can't have 2 people moving at the same time, but definitely be punting here.
Unfortunate there, and Paulding County now with a 4th and 6. They'll send it away. Clay Walters will be inside his own end zone to boot it. And back to return for the Spartans, you've got Watkins.
And Gates.
High snap to Walters. He corrals it and sends away a missile. It's going to hit at the 35 and take a Patriot roll, and it's out of bounds. No, it's fielded right at the out-of-bounds marker. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's knocked out of bounds. That's where South Paulding will have it. Great starting field position for their second drive.
Sure was, and I tell you, Walters did a really good job of getting that off, just to be honest. He had 2 that got through the line, and he just wasn't able to take the time that he normally would, or had that extra step that he normally does, but was able to get rid of it, even though it wasn't the best punt he had, but at least it's definitely better than getting that thing blocked.
9:18 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 South Paulding on top of Paulding County. The Spartans have the ball back. 2 receivers on either side. Wilcox, the deep back, and Weissman, the quarterback, in the pistol. He claps. Paulding County's linebackers move up, but they don't move up far enough to draw a flag. Now Weissman will look to the sideline. Moving around the formation a bit. Wilcox will be on his left. Weissman in the shotgun. Snap to Weissman, play action, screen left side, it's complete. He's up to the 35, to the 30, still on his feet, and he's out of bounds close to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you can just tell when that was set up. Once that thought was, it was just a step-back screen, wide receiver screen. But he had room. A couple of blockers in front of him. Just only 2 defensive backs over there, but great job by Paulding County, too, to close in. It could have been a lot worse than it was.
About a 10-yard pickup on the pass to Josiah Harris. And now it's 1st and 10 again for South Paulding. They move it up inside the 30, out of bounds at the 29. 2 receivers on the left, 2 receivers on the right, same formation. Coming up was the outside linebacker, Timmy Odebimi. Now he retreats. He'll head back to his usual spot in the defense. A 3-4 look from the Patriots. Middle linebacker showing a blitz. He'll back it up again. The snap to Weissman. He'll hand it off right up the middle. It's Wilcox. He's got a lot of room. He's at the 20, the 15. Scoots out of bounds at the 10. 5, touchdown. 29 yards out, and Wilcox makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, great move right there. It was just a run right up the middle, but he did a good little short cut back to avoid the linebacker that was coming up, and then another move on the defensive back that was coming at him. And after that, it was just clear sailing. I tell you, one of the things I was thinking about too is one of the things we've noticed about every game is every team that we've covered, every team in this region has a strong quarterback. Paulding County, South Paulding, both of these players, both of these teams, there's no exceptions there too. Both of these quarterbacks are extremely, extremely good.
9:02 to play in the first quarter. The snap good, the kick good from Cerna, and it's 14-0 South Paulding. The Spartans on top by 2 scores, and now it's a chance for the Patriots to battle back. But, Steve, not the start Paulding County was hoping for.
No, not at all. And you're not going to fault anybody. And then McCoy's just his first game back, and he is a phenomenal receiver. So this is not any shade at all.
Oh, no.
But that was a touchdown. They had a play, and he was able to get behind the defender and had that drop pass. So you got to kind of keep that in mind, too, as you're Paulding County. You got to think, well, ideally, it could easily be 14-7 right now. And we've got to just keep playing. We kind of see what they're doing. We got to be able to adjust to that speed, adjust to what they're doing. Good pursuit on those screens. They're throwing a lot of short passes. We have to be able to make sure that pursuit's there, limiting that run, the run after the catch, and just keep doing what they're doing. Just keep trying to play hard and keep looking for those opportunities to hit that big play or to get a big run.
New return man in there for Paulding County. It's Tyler Smith, the junior, standing on his own 2-yard line, set to receive this kick from Cerna. Paulding County looking for a response, and you're right, Okoye on that play, they had him set up as a running back, went on a wheel, that's why it was so wide open. But Cerna kicks this one off. It's going to be fielded at the 6 by Smith on the right hash. He's going to come near side. Defender right behind him. He gets away from him. He's got the edge. He's at the 25, the 30, the 35, and he steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A great return there by
nice.
Tyler
It
Smith.
Sure was. Just a great job getting his eyes upfield. It looked like they actually had set the wedge for the middle, and he hit middle, and they kind of closed that in. He bounced it outside and did a very, very good job of hitting that corner and getting them good yardage. That was a big run back right there.
Patriot offense back out there. Their second drive of the night. A tight end on the left side. It's Odebimi. They have Khalil Jones on the left. They have 2 receivers out to the right. It's Okoye and Chardavon. Malden in the pistol. J.J. Kelly behind him. The snap to Malden. They'll hand it off to Kelly. Right side, runs into his lineman, keeps those legs churning, and he'll get across the 40 down at the 41-yard line. So a gain of maybe 2 there by J.J. Kelly.
Yeah, he did a really good job, like you were saying. He just kept moving, kept fighting. Looked like he tried to bounce, and as soon as he did, the offensive lineman had to step out to kind of get that reach block, and so he had to kick it outside of him even, and met with the defender, but kept his feet moving to get that extra yard or so.
2nd and 9 now after a gain of 1. Ball on their own 41-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Bringing a receiver in motion, it's Okoye. They're not going to flip it to him. Instead, they're going to flare it to him. He's caught it at the 40, but he's hit and dropped. Big tackle that time by South Paulding on the stop, number 31, Cade Grinstead.
Yeah, that was a nice play defensively, but I think I like what they're doing. They're trying to get Okoye in the game. They're trying to give him some touches, just kind of get his feel back. And, yeah, nice play by South Paulding. But, again, I like the play call to try to get Okoye settled and in the game plan.
So now it's 3rd down and 9 for Paulding County, as they call it here at South Paulding, money down. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Malden in the pistol, bringing Okoye in motion. The snap to Malden, the senior stepping up, throwing, and it's too high for Khalil Jones, out of bounds and incomplete. And now it's punting situation again for the Patriots.
You know, that's one of the things that we're noticing right off the bat is they've got to be able – you can't live in 3rd and 11s, 3rd and 9s, and that's what we've had so far. We've got to be able to get some yards on those 1st and 2nd downs to make that 3rd down not so – it limit your playbook. And so you want to make sure you're getting a little bit we've got to be able to gain some yardage on those 1st, 2nd downs.
Watkins and Gates back to return. They're standing on their own 25-yard line. And Clay Walters to punt it to him.
They've only got 10 players.
You're right.
I don't know why we didn't. Well, maybe they were holding up.
So a player comes on late.
Change
Walters,
it down. They give him time to.
I got you. Well, Walters inside his own 30 to punt this one. More spaced out look from Paulding County on this punt. And he's got a lot of protection. Rugby-style punt, rolled out to his right side, and a great punt. It's going to be fair caught inside the 20. You talk about flipping field position. Great job by Walters.
He was so smart right there. Had to rush on the right side, so he rugby to that right, to his right, which away from the rush, and was able to gain a little bit, give those linemen a little bit longer time to get down the field. And not only that, he hit a booming punt, pushed them all the way back, so they'll be starting on their own about 16, 17-yard line.
7 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. 14-0 South Paulding. Spartans with the ball back. They've scored twice already, one on a long pass, one on a long run. They've got 2 receivers to the right, an H-back and a receiver on the left side. Weissman in the gun. They'll run it, no, play action. He's coming near side, passes to the tight end, and it's dropped. The big man couldn't hang on to it that time and jarred loose by Liam Jeffries.
Yeah, great job by Jeffries. He had him all the way. Even if he'd have caught it, he may have even lost yards. But yeah, really good job of right there. He read that very, very easily and was right there for when the ball was hit the receiver's hands. He was there to hit him.
The intended receiver was the senior Nick Elm. Now 2nd down and 10, ball on their own 17-yard line. 2 receivers on each side. Weissman, the quarterback, he'll stop and head towards the sideline. Looks like we have a different running back in there. I think it might be number, well, I'm not sure. We'll check and see. Might still be Wilcox. The snap to Weissman. It's a high snap. He corrals it, stops. He's looking for an open man across the middle. Completion up to the 35, inside the 40, still on his feet, reaches across and knocked down at the 46-yard line. Big completion. They fit one in there to Josiah Harris. It's about a 29-yard pass to Harris. He's already had a couple of nice catches this evening.
Yeah, that was just a really good throw. Hit him right as he made that break.
Another first down here for South Paulding. They've got it on their own 46. A couple of tight ends in there. Both of them on the left side. Weissman play action. He's going to go long. He's got a man with a step, and it's caught inside the 30, knocked out of bounds at the 28. Tyler Smith in coverage and just couldn't knock it away from number 14, Hayden Jackson.
Great catch by Jackson. Really a good throw by Weissman, too. Just a back shoulder throw. Not bad coverage, but just couldn't get his head around to see where that ball was, and it was thrown perfectly. And just able to get that foot in bounds before he stepped out.
Hayden Jackson on the catch, 26 yards and another first down for South Paulding. One receiver on the right side, one receiver on the left side, 2 tight ends on the left as well. Weissman, the quarterback, gives it off to Wilcox. Jukes, breaks a tackle, inside the 30, still on his feet, and he's going to score. Got at the 20, they went with an arm tackle, couldn't bring him down, and Wilcox to the house.
That was kind of a combination, a really great effort by Wilcox and just quite honestly, just poor tackling by Paulding County. They had him a couple of times and just didn't really wrap up, and he was able to break free and enough to be able to score.
Midway through the first quarter, it's 20-0 South Paulding. Cerna on for his 3rd extra point. Much better snap this time. Couple of free rushers, but he puts it through the uprights anyway. 21-0. Paulding County trailing 6:17 to go here in the first quarter. Steve, if you're Paulding County, what do you got to do here?
I don't know if there's an easy answer there, just to be honest with you. I mean, right now it's every facet of the game. We've got to, when Wiseman's throwing, we do have to get pressure, but they're really doing a good job of throwing quick passes. Even the balls that are thrown a little bit further downfield are fairly quick, and what I mean by that is only like a two-step drop. They're throwing, fades or just easy go routes, and he's let go of the ball before the receiver's even turning around, or it's a short screen or something that way, or a little seam route like we saw that gained the most yards that possession. It's the main thing that I'm seeing right now is we just got to tackle. There's been a couple of opportunities that we're just missing tackles, and like that touchdown right there, we had 2 or 3 people hit him, and nobody could wrap him up. So we've just got to execute and make sure that we're on offense. We're taking care of the ball and moving the ball and making catches when we can.
Kicking it down the field again. It's going to be fielded by Smith, coming near side. Block's not there this time, and he's dropped shy of his own 20. He'll be knocked down at the 18-yard line. I do want to remind everybody here on the Mountain Coast Network, the home of the Paulding County Patriots, also the Adairsville Tigers.
Yes.
And the Tigers in action tonight. A big matchup, Steve, over in Rockmart.
Yeah, that should be I know it's a game that they've been looking forward to, and that's one of those games where you can kind of see how good you are at this stage in the game. Rockmart's playing real well right now, and so it's going to be interesting to keep your eye on that game as well.
Larry Gardner with a call right here on the Mountain Coast Network. We're here in Douglasville, South Paulding High School. Logan Maddox, Steve Turrentine, 21-zip. Paulding County trailing, but the Patriots back out there trying to find some more success after getting just 10 yards on their first 2 drives. Malden to pass on first down across the middle, tipped and almost intercepted. It's going to fall harmlessly to the grass. That time he was trying to fit one in a tight window, just couldn't quite get it there.
Yeah, that was a dangerous throw, which Malden doesn't do very often, but it could have been caught. But once it was tipped, it could have been intercepted, but then it could have been caught again. So it was in a mob of people, both Paulding County and South Paulding. But fortunately for Paulding County, anyway, it fell to the ground.
They'll look for a little more success here on second down and 10. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Malden in the pistol. And behind him, the running back is Mason Hamilton. Malden goes up, gives the play call in to the offensive line. Now the snap to the senior gunslinger. Looking right side, a completion past the 20, trying to break a tackle, and he does. It's Okoye up to the 30, and he's knocked down, but not after a first down.
Yeah, nice play right there, and a great job. And that's what I'm saying. I think they just want to get Okoye in the mix. They want to get him comfortable, getting him back kind of in the swing of things. That was just a simple pitch and catch right there, just a wide receiver screen. He did a great job of looking it in, make sure he catches it. And then he does what he does. He made the first guy miss, second guy miss, and was able to pick up that first down. That was a big first down.
14-yard pass, the biggest play of the night so far for the Patriots. And now it's first and 10.
Safety over the top on this side. That's smart.
Yes, they do. They have it first and 10 on their own 31-yard line here. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Malden in the pistol. Mason Hamilton, the running back, still behind him. The snap to Malden. They'll give it to Hamilton. Big hole up the gut, and he'll gain about 5 yards that time.
Great play call right there. They had, which essentially end up being trips on this side, and you've got to honor that little seam route, that quick or that skinny crossing route that they usually run, that seam route. Couldn't think of the name of it. I still can't think of it. But anyway, they had to run that safety over here, and when they did, that left a big hole in the middle, and Hamilton was able to hit that hole and get some good yardage on first down, which is what they've needed.
Yeah. 6-yard gain. Now it's second down and 4, Steve.
Slant. Just hit me. The slant route. That's what I've been doing.
There you go.
But no, they need this. This is second down and 4 or 5 instead of, second and 10, and then it makes it 3rd and 8 or something. So.
Well, Malden will pass on second down. Near side, Jones has got it at midfield. He's all the way down to the 48-yard line. Great pass there by Malden.
Absolutely. Again, there's such great chemistry between Malden and his receivers. That was running like just a quick cut route, and right before he made his break, the ball was already thrown. Great job of catching and tucking that thing in, make sure it didn't get knocked out, and not bad coverage, but just a really, really well-executed play and a well-run route.
First catch of the night, 15 yards for Khalil Jones as well, one of the top receivers in Class 6A. First down and 10 now for Paulding County. For the first time, they're in South Paulding territory. Ball on the 48 of the Spartans. Malden turns around, hands it off to Hamilton, head of steam, and he'll gain 1 yard. That time they brought a blitz at the right spot.
Yeah, they hit that gap.
Yeah.
The good thing is he still gained about a yard or two. It wasn't a loss. He did a good job of hitting that hole hard, staying low, and was able just to kind of get under the pads of that linebacker that was coming through that gap.
3.5 to play here in the first quarter. 21-0 South Paulding leading, but Paulding County with their best drive so far. 2nd down and 9 in South Paulding territory. 2 receivers and a tight end on the left side, 1 receiver to the right. Play action, Malden looking right side, and he's hit from behind. Ball is out. Recovered, no. Now South Paulding is going to fall on it.
Yep, they had it, but it came out from, oh, wow, they might call it down. That'll be good. It's so fun. I couldn't tell who it was. It might have been Paulding County fell on it, but then it looked like it just rolled away. And but Hamilton recovered it, I think, but then it kind of rolled away from him, and South Paulding recovered it, but it looked like they already called it down.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the Patriots might have gotten away with one there, but we won't argue it. It's going to be 3rd down and long now.
Another long 3rd down. It's just hard to do this all game.
It's about 3rd and 13. Ball at the 49. Need to get it up inside the 40 of South Paulding for a 1st down. They have it in their own territory now. 4 wide receivers. Malden fires right side. Okoye breaks the tackle. He's got the 1st down and more. Knocked down at the 32-yard line.
Great play. Great job. I tell you what I love about Okoye is he had that drop at the beginning of the game, and that's not what I'm focusing on. What I want to focus on is his heart, his attitude. It didn't let it shake. It didn't bother him. His teammates weren't bothered by it. They encouraged him, and he's made 2 huge plays since then. Great throw right there by Malden as usual.
And 3 consecutive big passes by Malden for 1st downs. Now it's 1st and 10, and they're going to say he was down at the 31. So 1st and 10 there for the Patriots. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Mason Hamilton still the running back. Malden in the pistol. Minute 57 and ticking here in the first quarter. They bring in Khalil Jones in motion. They're going to fire 1 right side for David Okoye. He's got it up to the 24-yard line, a gain of 7.
Well, smart again. They're kind of, right now their cornerbacks are playing a little bit tight on the 2 receivers here on Chardavon and Jones, but they're playing a little bit further back on Okoye, and that time they just ran an out route and just a great pitch and catch. And again, man, what a great position to be 2nd down and 3 is a whole lot better than 2nd and 10 at this stage in the game, especially on this end of the field.
2nd down and manageable here for this Patriot offense. We'll see if they try to run it or if they pass it again. Malden in the pistol, Hamilton behind him. Still waiting for the snap. Malden puts his hands up there. He gets the snap. They're going to pass, looking right side. Lobbing 1 for Okoye. He's caught it. Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Paulding County.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you're going to see a better throw and catch than that right there, Logan. That was, if you get this picture, it was a fade route on the short side of the field. Ball was thrown, good coverage by South Paulding, but it was thrown perfectly, where the only person that could have caught it was Okoye. What a great route. Again, it was on that far side, the right side of the line of scrimmage. Ball was thrown to his right shoulder, and as he turned to make that catch, it was the only person that could have caught that was Okoye, and he did as he was falling out of bounds. Great catch and throw.
21-6 the score now. The holder is Malden. Good snap, places it for Clay Walters, and the senior continues his perfect start to his final campaign in Dallas. He makes it a 14-point game, 21-7, minute 43 to go here in the first quarter.
Huge possession right there.
Yeah.
A huge possession. And that ought to give them a lot of confidence to understand they can score on this defense. This is a good defense. They're playing smart. They're doing a lot of things that I've noticed the other teams haven't done necessarily. They're taking away a lot of the kind of what I would call the basic routes that that Paulding County run, but they're adjusting great. And they're not getting frustrated. They're just staying true to who they are. And that ought to give them offense a lot of confidence right there.
That is exactly the response that Paulding County was hoping for. They trailed at 21-0, but a great drive and a pinpoint accurate pass from Malden to David Okoye. David Okoye, welcome back to this offense, by the way. 5 catches, 64 yards. We're not even out of the first quarter yet.
And the beauty of it is you got 2 more just like him. So they start trying to take things away from Okoye. Then you've got Chardavon, and you also have Jones that has proven they can step up and be the big-time receivers as well.
Paulding County has proven that they can put points on the board, but can they stop this South Paulding offense? We're going to find out here in just a moment.
And that's where you hope, too. You hope that possession has triggered and motivated that defense to go, okay, guys, we've got to get stops. We've got to get that offense the ball again.
Walters will kick this one down the field. Backing up and receiving it at the 5-yard line. South Paulding taking it towards the left side, and there's a host of Patriots there. He broke the first tackle, then a big gang tackle. About 3 guys came in at one time and buried it.
That was great. Absolutely it was. Before we've had kind of holes in the coverage. Special teams has been kind of shaky this year. That right there was a phenomenal. They stayed in their lanes. A lot of collisions up around the 40, 35-yard line, which is where you want them necessarily, and just did a great job of covering with those gunners on the outside.
It's 1st down and 10 now for South Paulding. Ball on their own 23-yard line. 2 receivers split out wide to the right. 1 receiver to the left side. A tight end on the left side as well. And Kason Wiseman, the junior QB, in the gun.
Bad snap.
Bad snap. He catches it on the run, coming near side, looking, throwing, and it's incomplete. Just a smart decision there to get it away.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, we haven't, I don't know if we've been to a game this year where, every quarterback has been what I would say is above average. Obviously, Wiseman fits that bill to a T. He's one of the top tier in the state of Georgia. But just a great job of didn't panic. The ball was snapped. He was able to get a hand on it, so it kind of punched it up in the air. But he was able to track it down, get it, maintain composure, roll out, didn't have anything, and just threw it out of bounds.
2 receivers on each side of the formation here for South Paulding. 2nd down and 10, they've got it. They lead it 21-7, but Paulding County trying to get their defense off the field for the first time. Wilcox to the left of Wiseman in the gun. The snap, it's a good one. Play action, left side on a slant, incomplete, almost intercepted. Overshot the receiver, and if he puts a little bit more on that, it's going to be picked off by the safety.
Well, I think he may have seen the safety there at the end, because he threw it a little short-armed and threw it off his back foot, and actually led him a little bit too much and put a lot on it. But yeah, I think you're right. I think he just kind of saw him there at the end and tried to adjust and ended up just making it incomplete.
Chris Core that time almost with a pick. Now it's 3rd down and 10. Paulding County trying to stop this South Paulding offense. The clock is running, not sure why. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Wiseman in the gun. Reaches over and says something to the running back. Wilcox now relays that call to the offensive line.
We're going to have a go route right here. I can feel they're going to try to get a
big blitz from the left side. He'll throw, and it's tipped and incomplete. Great coverage there by Paulding County.
Phenomenal.
Number 29, Jamar Jenkins.
That was such a good play. And it's fun. I'm glad. I think that was designed there. I'm glad because they had a go route on this outside and a skinny slant there in the middle or a skinny post. But anyway, that didn't matter. It was a great play right there, great defense. Exactly what you needed, man. It's you came down and scored offensively, and then your defense comes up with a big stop because they've pretty much done whatever they wanted to, South Paulding has. So what a huge stop by Paulding County right there.
And a chance for Paulding County to battle back even more. They trail it by 2 touchdowns, but it's still early. The snap to Cerna. He's going to punt it. It's blocked! Blocked by Liam Jeffries out of the back of the end zone. That's 2 points for Paulding County.
Huge.
A safety.
And get the ball back. Absolutely, yeah. Jeffries came through, almost untouched. Such a great job. And instead of, the punter tried to be the Australian style punt, and he really ran right into Jeffries. Huge play. What a great momentum shift for Paulding County.
A big play there by Liam Jeffries. He is making his name known tonight. A big first quarter for the junior. We're not even in the second yet.
I know.
He's had some big plays, some big tackles, and a big block punt there. Now it's a 12-point game, 21-9, and Paulding County should have fantastic field position after receiving this punt. And I believe that might be the first safety they've gotten all season.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The return team having to move up. They were set up where they usually return kicks, but obviously with the punt, they're punting it from the 20.
And you think back, too, of what did Coach Spence talk about in y'all's interview?
Yep.
One of the things, improvement, what he wants to do is special teams. Well, they've come through big. Yeah, Clay Walters with a huge punt, backed them back to start them in there on their end of the field first time. He had a big stop right there by the defense, and then special teams comes through big again with a block punt.
20 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. 21-9, South Paulding leading it, but a safety for the Paulding County defense.
Kicking off from the 20.
They should be having some great field position here. Cerna has had a couple of nice kickoffs. We'll see how far back he boots it. Tyler Smith set to return. He's waiting on his own 25. The first line of blockers standing on their own 40. The very front line of blockers standing on the opposing 30. And Cerna kicking off from the 20. The lefty puts his foot into this one. It's going to be great field position here. Tyler Smith picks it up at the 30. Coming near side, he's got some room, jukes the man, and he's going to be knocked down at the 39. Great field position here.
Yeah, really, really good field position. I know he's trying to get to the edge over here, but I think he had that lane there on that right-hand side that he caught it on. But great job. I tell you, right at that stage in the game, you're going to have good field position. You just want to make sure you catch it and get upfield, and that's what he did. It wasn't a huge gain, but it was good enough to where now they've got really good field position coming into with some momentum coming into this possession.
It's going to be two receivers to the right side, and the H-back is Odabimi on the right, and one receiver out to the left. Malden in the pistol, and standing behind him is number 28, the running back, Gavin Van Dyke. And they're going to give it to Van Dyke. He's hit by the initial line of defense, and he'll get back to the 40, but that's it. Kept his legs going, but there's just too many guys there.
Not a bad call right there. I know they've just kind of began working with him as far as I know on offense. He hadn't played running back, but he's an athletic kid, great defender, just a hard-nosed kid, and so not a bad option right there when you because I know they've been kind of hurting a little bit running back.
So that's going to bring the first quarter of play to an end, and we've had some fireworks already here at homecoming at South Paulding, haven't we, Steve?
I tell you, it's been a great game. You kind of thought it was about to get a blowout, and then all of a sudden, Paulding County decided, you know what, we're going to show up after all, and great driving with the score, and then got a block punt, gives them that 9 point on the board with the ball again.
So 21-9 your score. We'll step aside momentarily and come back with the start of the second quarter. You're listening to Paulding County Patriots football on the Mountain Coast Network.
Georgia Highlands College has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. Highlands.edu.
First play of the second quarter about to take place. Paulding County with the ball, first down and 10. Or check that, second down and 10. Ball on their own 40. Play action. Malden coming outside. It's Khalil Jones. He's got it called up to the 45. Stays on his feet. Fights ahead close to the 47. That's going to be a gain of 7 on second.
Again, just another great throw, great catch, and great job of just looking that ball in and getting some good yardage after the throw.
That'll bring up a third down and 3 now for Paulding County. 2 receivers to the left side. 1 receiver to the right. A tight end on the left side. A flag comes in.
Move. That might have been. They might have been in the neutral zone.
We're going to check and see. Indeed, that is. It's encroachment against the defense.
Number 9, as he was going down, looked like that hand might have been right at the line on the line of scrimmage.
So the defensive end lined up on the wrong spot that time, and it's a free set of downs for Paulding County. Third down and 3 turns into first down and 10. And now they're across the 50. Ball will sit at the 48 of South Paulding. On the far side, you've got Chardavon and Okoye. On the near side, you've got Jones, Odabimi, the H-back on the left. Pistol formation as Braden Malden, the senior, stands in there. And behind him is Gavin Van Dyke. Van Dyke, the linebacker, getting the start at running back. They'll turn around, hand off to him. Left side, he's got a hole! He's at the 40, and he's knocked down at the 35. A first down for Paulding County.
I tell you, that's what I'm saying. You got to love this kid, man. He's just, here he is, makes a name for himself and known as a defensive player, but coming in right now and doing such a great job to kind of relieve JJ, give JJ Kelly and Hamilton some reps there, or let them get some rest and he gets some reps. And I tell you, I guarantee he's going to help too on passes. He'll be a good blocker.
11:03 to play now in the first half. 21-9, South Paulding leading Paulding County, but the Patriots trying to add another score here. Malden looking to the near side. They've got 2 receivers and an H-back on the left. They've got 1 receiver to the right. Malden will pass, throws as he's getting hit, and it's caught. That's Khalil Jones out of bounds. That's going to be close to another first down.
I tell you, phenomenal. He was getting they had a stun, it looked like, coming from that left side, and by that, looks like the cornerback on that side. But anyway, he got rid of it just as he was getting to him, just as he was about to get hit. But, man, what another phenomenal throw by Malden and a great catch. Just another little out route, hit him right at the sideline, and just keep moving the chains.
10-yard catch. Now it's 1st and 10. Ball on the South Paulding 25-yard line. 10:58 left to play here in the first half. Patriots trailing by 12, but moving the chains again. Malden in the pistol. He'll turn around, hand off to Van Dyke. Tries to juke to his left, and he's hit hard. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to cut back a little bit to the left, but there wasn't. It was good pursuit right there by South Paulding, but at least he didn't lose any right there, and he could have easily lost some, but he kept moving forward and at least got back to the line of scrimmage.
Bringing in an extra blocker here, the sophomore Daniel O'Neill checks in. He's going to be put on the slot, the tight end. 2 receivers to each side here. Pistol formation, Malden facing a 2nd down and 10. Comes up to the line and gives the play call to the offensive lineman. Receivers stay set. Giving some instruction to Van Dyke, the running back now. The senior doing it all. The snap to Malden, bringing a rusher from the far side, and he's sacked. Couldn't get away from the linebacker there.
Exact same stunt they ran earlier that I was saying about where he almost didn't get the ball off. But, yeah, they just ran the exact same one, and it was number 13. You have him.
Yeah, Wesson. Jake Wesson.
Jake Wesson did a great job of just coming in and wrapping up Malden, not even giving him a chance to get that throwing arm off.
So now it's 3rd down and 17 for Paulding County. Ball sitting on their own, or on the South Paulding 33, so it's 3rd and 18. Need to get it up to the 15 for a first down. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Paulding County trying to convert this 3rd down and long.
And this may be 2-down territory after what Coach Spence was talking about, nothing to lose.
Well,
so they may just want to get some of it back.
They get it to Jones. He's inside the 30. He's knocked down at about the 27-yard line. It's still going to be about 4th and 10 here.
Yeah, it's still, I know they're wanting to get further than that. So, yeah, there comes Clay Walters. I was going to say, if they got closer, they might be worth going for it.
So a chance for Clay Walters here to add another field goal. This would by far be his longest of the season. He's 7 for 7 on field goals. His long is 41. This one looks like it'll be about a 43-yarder.
Well, we've seen him. He's definitely got the leg for it.
The senior perfect on kicks this year. Can he keep that up here? Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. Looks like it's got the distance, and he puts it through. And Clay Walters with his longest field goal of the season, a 43-yarder.
That's awesome.
It's a 9-point game.
I think he had room to spare, to be honest with you. I mean, I think he made that with probably, he could have made it 5 yards deeper.
Huge field goal there by the
Absolutely.
senior. Wow. An amazing kick by Clay Walters, and you look up, 12 unanswered points now for Paulding County.
Absolutely.
That is huge for the Patriots. Paulding County taking their time celebrating the senior on the sideline, but no time for him to celebrate. He's got to head back out there and kick it off.
Right.
Big scoring drive there for Paulding County, going down the field, adding 3 and making it a little bit closer. It's a 9-point difference. 8:27 to go here in the first half. Now, Steve, again, we want to shout out our sponsors. Let's shout out our title sponsor, Georgia Highlands College.
Yeah.
You can take charge of your future today at Georgia Highlands College. You can take classes at 5 campuses in Dallas, Rome, Cartersville, Douglasville, and Marietta, or you can take fully online classes through GHC and eCampus. For more information, visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu. So Paulding County trying to battle back, a big defensive stand on the previous possession. We'll see if they can do that one more time. Walters to kick it off. And back to return for South Paulding is number 7, Alex Watkins. Also back there is number 8 for them, Brendan Gates. Walters is set, comes up and sends down the field. This one might go down to the back of the end zone. They're going to field it at the 1, but that's a touchback.
That's great. That's a great kick right there. Nothing they could do with that. And again, kind of puts them back into their end of the field.
So a great kickoff there. It's going to have it first down and 10 for South Paulding on their own 20-yard line. Haven't seen many touchbacks this year, Steve. We've had some great kickers, but that might be one of the first times we've seen anybody put it in the end zone.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, he could do that about any time he wants. His leg's strong enough, but they definitely have a plan of what they want to achieve on those kickoffs. And so a lot of times it's pooch or it's kind of a sideline kick. But that one he cut loose with, he had a lot of extra juice behind that one, I think, coming off that momentum of that long field goal.
Weissman keeping it on a read option right side, cuts upfield. He's got a big gain and a first down. Up across the 30, and they'll say he's knocked down right there. That's a big first down, 10-yard carry.
Yeah, good first down. Could have been longer, though. Great job right there by, I think it might have been Jeffries. I know he was involved in that, but it was a great job right there to get Weissman down because he makes some cuts now. He's pretty elusive.
Same formation here on first down and 10 at the 30 for the Spartans. Weissman claps. Patriot defensive line not biting.
Too, they're playing them tight too, especially on that. He's backing up a little bit. Now he's coming up tight. He's the only receiver, only defensive back on that far side over there. He's a good one though.
7:39 to go in the first half. 21-12 your score. South Paulding with the lead in the ball. They give it to Wilcox. Hesitates, find the hole, and he is hit hard by Kavari Riddick. He'll gain a nice pickup of around 5, but a good hit there by the defensive back.
Absolutely, and I was sitting there watching because he was the safety back because I was wondering if he was going to be able to get up top over there, and he did a great job of reading that and coming up and making a big hit. And we talked about how tackling was important. That time he was the first hit and the last hit. Good job.
Brings up second down and 5 now. Ball on their own 35. 2 receivers to the right side, a tight end on the right side. That tight end is number 82, Rod McCoy, and a receiver on the left side. Weissman in the shotgun. He gets the snap. Hands it off to Wilcox. Counter left side. He's got the first down. He's got some space up to midfield at the 45. Still on his feet and steps out at the 40, but you're right. That's going to be a hold. And a lot of chippiness after the play. Paulding County going to need to get away from it. But you're absolutely right. A hold, and they called it.
Yeah, it was looked like Josiah Harris on this side. It was okay up until the play got about even with him, and then the defender was moving towards the running back, and he just held on to him longer than he should have. It definitely a hold. Good call.
We'll see how far back they move it because that was easily a first down. He had the first down in about 5 yards
Well, you know,
more.
a lot of times we say that, and they didn't even need to, but he needed to. I mean, you don't want to hold, but that was you can see why he did it because if he hadn't, they would have been able to tackle him quicker, but still definite hold.
So the hold all the way down the field, it's still going to be a first down. They got enough for a first down even after the yardage was walked off. And it'll be first down and 10 at their own 42-yard line here for the Spartans. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 receiver here on the near side, the tight end McCoy standing beside the right tackle. Weissman in the shotgun, 6.5 to go here in the first half. The snap to the junior. He'll hand it off to Wilcox, right side, and Liam Jeffries is there to greet him. Jeffries drives him backwards, and now the players getting in each other's faces. A flag comes in from about 15 yards away. We'll see who this is on. It was a loss of 2.
It's actually not a bad tackle. He slung him down, but nothing illegal. But they both jumped up a little hot. I think Wilcox was hot, thought it was a little bit intentional. But so I'm not sure if they're going to call it on that because they both jumped up and kind of got each other's faces. But I know we've seen worse, I'll put it that way, and they hadn't called a personal foul, but we'll see.
They might pick it up, but we'll check with the white hat. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness against the offense.
Yeah. Not trying to be that guy, but I could see that because he got up and got in Jeffrey's face. Jeffrey didn't back down, but I could definitely see that. He may have bumped him even, you know what I mean? He may have kind of headbutted him or bumped him or something enough to get that personal foul call.
So that'll move it up 15 yards back for South Paulding. So what would have been about 2nd down and 12 is going to become 2nd down and 27.
Yeah.
So if you're Paulding County here, just hold them.
Well, and the thing about it is, you know, South Paulding's got a good team. They're sitting there in one of those leading spots. You got to, if you can't control yourself, you got to be able to control yourself better than this. I mean, you jumped out 21-0 lead. Looked like they were playing really kind of overconfident. They got to be a little bit lazy, and it's coming back and biting them right now. They can't react that way.
2 receivers on either side here. It's 2nd down and 27. Ball on their own 25. Got to get it up to the Paulding County 48 for a 1st down. Players just now getting set for the Spartans. And the snap to Weissman. He's looking. They've got a player on a wheel route wide open, sets his feet and throws, and it's caught. It's a 1st down. They get it all the way up to the 46-yard line.
Well, the thing, really good coverage. Jeffries has been everywhere. They've got him playing a little bit of defensive back right now, but you got to really kind of give credit, one, to Weissman, but then also number 11, the receiver right there.
Yeah, Dietz, the receiver.
He did a good job of seeing the ball and coming back to it. That was the biggest problem Paulding County had. They were there in position. They just didn't have their head turned around to see where the ball was, or they could have come back to it too. It was really underthrown, but Dietz did a good job of coming back to it.
J-Rod Abrams almost jumping off sides that time. Trying to work the snap count was Weissman. Same formation with 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. 5:08 to play here in the first half, 21-12, South Paulding with the lead. Spartans have the ball in Paulding County territory. The snap to Weissman. Rolls out to his right, looking for an open man. Pump fakes, and he gets around Odabimi. He's at the 40 and loses his footing, steps out of bounds there. We'll see how far up they mark him. They're going to say he stepped out at the 44, so just a gain of about 2 yards. So it could have been much worse.
It was a good job. It almost like they had a spy on him, almost like Odabimi. That's what he was kind of following and mirroring him. And Weissman, I mean, he just kicked it in. I thought he had a good angle on him. Odabimi had a good angle. He just kicked it in a whole different gear and got around him. But like you said, fortunately, Odabimi had pushed him out far enough to where when he did make that extra move, he was stepped out of bounds.
2nd and 8 now at the Paulding County 44-yard line. South Paulding junior quarterback Kason Weissman walks to the sideline, gets the call in from interim head coach Eric Robinson. Great job Sumo has done this year, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weissman in the gun now. The snap to him. Screen right side. It's complete. Up to the 45, to the 40, to the 35. Still on his feet, a 1st down, and he's ripped out of bounds inside the 30. And they'll mark him all the way up to about the 27-yard line, having to separate some players there.
Yeah, that's kind of giving us fits so far. They've run that wide receiver screen a couple of times, or a few times actually, and has had some pretty good gains each time. That's hard to defend, really. If you have a good lead blocker with that outside wide receiver, sometimes it's hard to defend. But they've got to do a same good job just getting out there in pursuit and making sure that they just limit the yardage.
That was Brendan Gates on the catch, a 16-yard pickup and another 1st down for the Spartans. They'll run it with Wilcox waiting, finds the hole up the gut, but all he finds is the waiting arms of J-Rod Abrams and Tay Cochran also combining on the hit. He'll get up to about the 24-yard line, so he gains a couple. And Coach Spence arguing with the ref, trying to plead his case, saying he was down before that. The ref not hearing it.
Now, I think he's not a happy camper. It looked like, we had talked about the big tackles that they have, but it looked like Sanker, one of the big tackles. I don't want to say he definitely went until the whistle blew, and then he power drive the I couldn't see who he was blocking there, but it was
pretty obvious.
It might have been a little extracurricular, I'll put it that way. I don't think it's necessarily intentional, but it's still, he should have stopped when the whistle blew.
That brings up 2nd down and 8 now. Weissman with the snap, looking right side, same type play that Ocoy scored on. It's caught, and they score on it. Yeah. Touchdown, South Paulding. They throw it, and it's caught. Let's check and see. I think that might have been Dietz. Indeed, it was.
Yeah, again, almost I could see the same thing here that we said about the Ocoy catch. Great throw, great catch right there. Just not bad coverage, but threw it only where his receiver could catch it, and he did.
Back shoulder type throw, and Weissman comes through on it 24 yards out. A strike to Ryan Dietz, and now it's 27-12. 3:48 to go here in the first half. Oswaldo Cerna, the senior kicker, on to attempt the extra point. Low snap. They'll get it. They place it down, and he puts it up and through the net. It hits off of the net back there right in front of their athletic complex. That makes it a 16-point game, 28-12. But as we know very well, Steve, this game's not over. Paulding County needs to score because they get the ball at halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to have a good possession right here. 3:48 left. They need to use all of that. And then they're going to have to go into halftime and figure out a way to have more stops. I think they've had one defensive stop so far this half. They've got to find a way to get that more consistent.
And Mason Hamilton, the deep returner this time. He's standing at about his own 10-yard line. They've got J.J. Kelly in front of him, Daniel O'Neill, and Timmy Odebimi, the three blockers standing in front of him at the 20. Oswaldo Cerna, the senior kicker, on to kick it off from the 40. That was a good scoring drive from South Paulding.
No, it was.
If you're the Spartans, you wanted a long drive.
That's what
there.
they needed. Yeah, you're exactly right. I was about to say the same thing. You called it right on the money. That's exactly what you wanted. They ate up some clock and ended up putting it in the end zone, and exactly mixed up running, throwing, exactly what they needed.
I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the Mountain Coast Network. Remember to join us next week if you can't make it out to the game in Dallas against Dalton. You can hear it right here on the Mountain Coast Network. Oswaldo Cerna kicks it off. It's going to be fielded by Mason Hamilton at about the 12. He'll go right to left, cuts up field, and he's dropped at the 24. A flag comes in very late.
Yeah, it is late.
And we'll see who that's on.
Right around where the tackle is, too, which is a little
usually it's either going to be a face mask or a little extracurricular against the kicking team. Or I check that, the return team. So we'll see. Officials talking it over. 3 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the first half. A 16-point deficit for the Patriots. He was knocked down at the 25-yard line, they say. And it was indeed a foul against South Paulding, so that's going to move it up the field. I believe it was a personal foul, so that should be maybe hands to the face.
Maybe. I couldn't tell, just to be honest with you.
They called it a 10-yard penalty.
I was about to say it was only 10 yards, so it wasn't. We're sitting on the visitor side. When the referee makes the call, he faces home side, so sometimes we don't get to see the entire call.
Two receivers to the left, a tight end on the left side, one receiver to the right. Malden in the pistol, and J.J. Kelly back in at the running back position. The snap to Malden, turns around, hands it off to J.J. He's hit at the 25, still on his feet. They'll say he got up to maybe the 24 before his forward progress was stopped. So a gain of 1 for the junior, or sophomore. So Kelly, the sophomore running back, picks up 1 yard on first down and 10. That brings up second down and 9 now. Ball on the Paulding County 36-yard line. 3:28 and ticking here in the first half. Two receivers and an H-back on the right, one receiver on the far side. Almost got the defensive line to jump that time, but they just stay behind the nose of the football. The snap to Malden. They'll run it again with J.J. Kelly, and the blitz was there. They filled the gap and drove him back to the 35-yard line. Now it's going to be 3rd and 10. Not ideal here for Paulding County.
No, not at all. I think because the pressure right now has been coming anytime they've run a stunt. It's kind of been from the outside. I think they may have seen that and trying to hit a quick hit up in the kind of up the middle, but they're closing those gaps pretty quickly.
Malden looks to the sideline, gets the play call in. They move David Okoye back. You've got Chardavon Okoye here on the near side. On the far side looks to be Jones and O'Neill. Kelly, the running back, bringing Okoye in motion. Malden will pass, looking down the field. He's going to throw on the run, and it's incomplete. He had David Okoye.
He had Okoye in the middle, just didn't have time. He had a lot of pressure on him and had to come out of the pocket. But, yeah, you're exactly right. He just ran a little skinny post right there and had him, but just couldn't didn't have time to see him, really.
And that's what the pressure does from the South Paulding defense. It saved him a touchdown because Okoye was behind the defense.
You're right. No, you're right.
And if Malden can lead his pass, that's 6 points. Instead, Patriots will have to punt it with 2:16 to play.
Yeah, this is not ideal at all. It's 3 and out. You didn't run much time at all off the clock. They still got 2 minutes, 16 seconds left, which is plenty of time for their offense.
Alex Watkins back to return for South Paulding. Brendan Gates standing alongside him on their own 24. Clay Walters, who had a great punt earlier, he's awaiting at his own 22. Getting set for this snap. It's a good snap to him. He'll walk to his right in a wobbler. It hit at the 50. It continues to take a Patriots roll inside the 40, and it's going to be downed right at the 30-yard line. So didn't get the football the way he was hoping to kick it that time.
Well, he didn't have time. He had pressure coming from both sides, and I think he's just trying to get rid of it, and not terrible considering that. But yeah, not his best by any means.
Well, I'll say this, Steve. When somebody kind of gets a punt the way they don't want to, usually it goes 15 yards.
Yeah.
That time you look up and it still went about 50 yards.
Yeah, it's still not bad. That's what I'm saying. It's still not a bad punt. Yeah, he did a good
punt.
job of getting rid of it. Yeah, absolutely.
South Paulding has it 1st and 10 on their own 30. 4 wide formation start things out. Weissman in the gun. Wilcox, the star running back, to his right. Everybody heading to the sideline, getting the call in from head coach Eric Robinson, who has done a great job here since Jason Nash stepped down week 2. They have done so many great things this season. Paulding County trying to shock them on their homecoming. Right now, Spartans on top 28-12, 2:05 to play here in the first half. And they took too long. Flags fly, and no, actually they'll say timeout before the flags came in. So timeout taken by South Paulding, the first timeout of the night. And Steve, we'll take it with them. We're going to step aside and hear from some sponsors. Paulding County trails at 28-12. Clock running down in the first half, 2:05 to play here at South Paulding High School.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands. Learn more at georgiapower.com/reliability.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
And we're back. Had to cut that commercial short. Couldn't have the stinger, unfortunately, Steve. On a 1st down and 10, Weissman was looking long and well played by the defense on the far sideline. They knocked it away.
Absolutely. Great job by him. It was Riddick going over, playing. He was on that safety spot. Did a good job of rolling over and covering that deep route right there and knocking that ball down.
I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the Mountain Coast Network. Logan Maddox, Steve Turrentine with you on this Friday night in Douglasville. Paulding County down 28-12, minute 58 to play here in the first half. South Paulding has it 2nd down and 10, ball on their own 30. Need to get it up to the 40 to move the chains. 2 receivers on the left side, 2 receivers on the right. Wilcox, the running back, to the left of Weissman in the gun. He'll flare one out, a screen on the near side. They break a tackle, still on his feet, and that's going to be a 1st down for South Paulding. Once he broke the first tackle, he had a clear first down.
Yeah, good move right there. It's not a bad job of coming up to make that tackle, but he did a good move and almost got him, but couldn't quite bring him down, and then he was able to scramble enough to get that 1st down.
Josiah Harris on the catch, and that makes it 1st down, 11 yards the pickup. And South Paulding with a bit of a hurry up here. Same formation. No need to slow it down if you're the Spartans. Minute 50 to play here in the first half. The best part, if you're a Spartan fan that time, he stepped out of bounds, stopped the clock. South Paulding has used only 1 timeout tonight. The Patriots have used 0. The snap to Weissman. Back in the pocket, pump fakes, fires, and it's caught by Harris. Jukes, 2 defenders tackled each other. He's at the 20 trying to fight off a defender at the 10 and knocked down inside the 10-yard line.
Kind of took a play out of the Paulding County. Just a little seam route that kind of turned into a slant. And, yeah, just good throw, good catch, and a great run afterwards.
A 52-yard strike to Josiah Harris. It was an accurate pass from Weissman and a good play by Harris. Now 1st and goal. And if I'm not mistaken, their first and goal of the evening, because all of their touchdowns have been from 10-plus yards. Play action. They're going to roll out to the right side, throws on the run, and dropped by the tight end again. Trying to get it to Elm, but the senior must have forgot his hands. That's the second time he's dropped it
hit him
tonight.
right smack dab, and a great throw from Wiseman. He was getting pressure, and he did a great job. Kind of almost pulled a Mahomes and threw it at kind of a crazy angle. Had to jump and get around the defender, but ended up getting rid of it, making a very accurate throw.
Brings up 2nd down and goal now. Ball at the 7-yard line. And
Lord, we got people coming in and out everywhere.
Yeah, Patriots are going to have to blow a timeout there. 1:16 to play here in the first half. Had way too many guys trying to bring in a substitution.
Well, I was going to say they brought in 2, took out 3. I'm not good at math, but I know that's not enough players on the field.
Well, in this timeout, we want to thank the rest of our sponsors, Steve. Our sponsors include Georgia Highlands College. Heard from them a minute ago. How about Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab? To get back in motion, call Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab at 706-509-3400, or you can visit them in Rome on Shorter Avenue. That's Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, 706-509-3400. Also, a big thank you to Logical Systems. Let our solutions be the answer to your IT challenges. Logical Systems is the go-to for all information technology issues in North Georgia, North Alabama, and Southeastern Tennessee. Contact them at 706-234-9896. That's 706-234-9896. And also a thank you to McDonald's of East Rome and Armuchee. McDonald's, I'm loving it, Steve.
Amen. I would love some right now, to be honest with you.
Paulding County trailing 28-12. The Patriots trying to get a defensive stop here. 1:16 to go in the first half. 2nd down and goal at the 7-yard line. Wildcat formation. They give it off to Wilcox, right side, and he's not able to break a tackle. Pushed ahead. Somehow he gains a couple of yards out of that.
Great
Looked
job
like they had
Jeffries.
him at the 10.
Jeffries, man, he did such a good job evading the block, able to grab hold of him and not let go and just hang on till the cavalry got there, and they were able to get there and bring him down. But yeah, you're right. Wilcox usually gets out of that, but not in that case.
Fought ahead to the 5-yard line through contact. Tip of the cap to Wilcox. Now it's 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 5-yard line. One receiver to each side. They'll run it with Wilcox, and he finds his lane into the end zone. They run it between the tackles again.
Huge
and
hole.
Wilcox scores.
Great job. That's a really, really good offensive line that South Paulding has, and they did a really good job opening up that lane there, and just a kind of a quick cut back to the left, and he was in.
5-yard run by the senior running back makes it 34-12 now. 36 seconds to play in the first half at South Paulding High School here in Douglasville. Cerna on to attempt the extra point. Rush coming in from Jeffries, but he's not able to get to it. Cerna puts it through the uprights. It went over the net, and it's on top of the athletic complex in the far side end zone. That makes it 35-12. It's a 23-point difference here, Steve. If you're Paulding County, do you go aggressive with the final 36 seconds? You have all 3 timeouts, or do you take a knee and send it to halftime?
I mean, I think you can look at it, but the thing you don't want to do, I mean, with Malden back there, you've got. I think that's definitely a possibility, because you could trust him to make a smart play. You don't want to force something to give them an opportunity to intercept it and run it back for a pick 6. You don't want to take a chance of getting hit with a fumble and a scoop and a score. You've got to be careful, but you can take a chance. But they're going to be guarding against that. I'm sure they're going to either have cover 2, or they're just going to be in a prevent basically in that secondary. But yeah, I mean, I think if it's there, you definitely have the weapons to do it. You just got to be smart with it.
We'll see what the strategy is here for Paulding County with time ticking down in the first half. They trail it 35-12. Mason Hamilton, the return man, waiting at his own 5-yard line. Cerna comes up, put his left foot into it, and it's sent way downfield. Hamilton picks it up at the 6. Big block coming down the field. He's got a lane down the center. He's up to the 25, still fighting ahead, and he's knocked down at the 27. Pretty good return there by Hamilton.
Not bad at all. Good kick, good high kick, but he did a good job of getting up to the wedge and getting pretty good field position there.
So that'll bring up first down and 10 here for Paulding County. Ran a few seconds off. Did they run the clock when he kicked it? Because 24 seconds feels like a lot of time that ran off. We were sitting at 36.
I guess they ran it as soon as he put the foot to leather. Yeah, I tell you, they're not.
I thought it was on the return, but I digress.
Well, I tell you, they're not playing. Well, they're dropping back. He's just taking a knee. Okay, I can see that too. That makes sense too. Like I said, you don't want to take a chance of having some kind of a turnover right here at the end of the half.
So with a knee, that'll take us to the midway point. Paulding County trailing rival South Paulding 35-12 here at the midway point, but don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right here on the Mountain Coast Network. We'll be back with some halftime stats and analysis and scores from across the area. But your score at halftime, Paulding County down 35-12 here at South Paulding.
If another crisis happens, will your job be secure? Find a career path where you are essential. Georgia Northwestern Technical College offers programs of study in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient campus locations. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Visit us on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Be essential.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
And welcome back to Timothy D. Clanton Senior Field here at South Paulding High School. Logan Maddox, Steve Turrentine with you on the Mountain Coast Network. It's halftime at South Paulding, and the Spartans leading Paulding County 35-12. As we mentioned, Steve, it's homecoming here at South Paulding, and they've got their homecoming festivities here at halftime. So fans probably be hearing that in the background as we talk about some halftime stats. But looking at it here at the midway point, you can see the scoreboard favoring South Paulding and the stats heavily favoring the Spartans as well. Now, coming in, Steve, we knew that it was a great offensive line for South Paulding. We knew their quarterback was pretty good, but Kason Wiseman has put on a show here in the first half. On only 16 attempts, he's got a handful of incompletions, 259 passing yards in that first half. They've just found holes in this secondary for Paulding County.
Yeah, I agree. And really up until that last one, it seems to be mostly to Dietz as well. But Yeah, Wiseman, the thing that's impressive about him is he doesn't panic. He's able to check down quickly, and he gets rid of the ball. It's kind of effortless when he throws. It's just a really smooth motion, very accurate when he throws, and so, yeah, very, very impressive. Wilcox is impressive. We knew he was going to be good coming in, too. We've heard, good things about him, and he hasn't disappointed either. He has good vision, good side vision as well. He's able to hit cutback lanes when he needs to, and it's a solid offense. But it does start with that offensive line. You've got two top shelf tackles, and all kind of goes with them. And you can see them even as plays coming in. They're kind of telling the guards beside them what their assignment is, and making the call for that line. And it's a well-oiled machine, that offense is.
Well, looking at the halftime stats for the Spartans, we talked about Wiseman. Jamarian Wilcox, 8 carries, 3 touchdowns, 69 yards. Pretty good first half for him. Cason Wiseman's tucked it and ran a couple of times. He's gotten 12 yards. As far as receiving for South Paulding, for the most part, it's been kind of equal, but Josiah Harris had that big catch late in the first half that set him up with a 1st and goal.
Yeah.
He's got 4 catches for 102 yards. 62 yards on 2 catches for Alex Watkins, 53 yards on 2 grabs for Ryan Dietz. You've got 26 yards on 1 catch for Hayden Jackson, and also Brendan Gates with a 16-yard pickup in the first half as well. Looking at total stats, South Paulding with 259 passing yards in the first half, 81 on the ground, for a grand total of 340 total yards in that first half. Now looking at Paulding County, not much to speak of in the run game. You got 13 yards on 3 carries for Gavin Van Dyke, but all 13 of those yards on that one big pickup that he had. 7 yards on 2 carries for Mason Hamilton, and then you've got 1 yard on 4 carries for J.J. Kelly. Also 12 yards on a couple of sacks that were lost for Paulding County. Just 9 rushing yards in that first half. And obviously, I think it goes without saying, you're going to focus on passing in the second half, trailing big, but you'd like to see some big gains in the run game as well.
Well, that's the big kind of thing that when you're looking at these two teams, the big difference right now is the fact that South Paulding has had a really good balance. They run the ball well, they're throwing the ball well. Paulding County's throwing the ball well at times, but it's having a lot of trouble getting their running game going. And that kind of limits you a lot of times when that defense is able to kind of sit in there. They're starting to bring some pressure. We saw that in that kind of end of the first half. We saw a near sack on a completion, actually, but a near sack, and then we saw a sack on that same possession a little bit later by the same stunt that was run. And so they're trying to get some pressure on Malden, and we've got to try to figure a way to kind of get the running game going.
Speaking of Malden, the senior 10 for 14 passing in the first half, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. The big thing, no interceptions, no turnovers in that first half for Paulding County, and that's big. That's what's kept it, as close of a game as it was until that final touchdown. Those last couple of touchdowns that really busted it open. Right now it's 35-12. Could be much worse if there were turnovers. So very good job of hanging on to the ball in that first half.
Yep, absolutely.
As far as receiving goes, David Okoye leading the way. He's been welcomed back in this offense with 5 catches in the first half. All of those in the first quarter, 64 yards on those 5 catches. 40 yards on 4 catches for Khalil Jones, and a quiet night for Franzier Chardavon. He went off last week, just 1 catch for 9 yards this evening.
And then we also got to kind of take hats off to special teams. Have been playing really, really well. One of the focuses this week from Coach Spence was special teams, and we're able to get a punt block that ended up in a safety, get the ball back, and Clay Walters had done a great job, kicked a long field goal, over 40-yard field goal, and then he also had a couple of really good punts.
So if you're Paulding County, it's going to take a whole lot to come back in this one, Steve, but what are a couple of keys for the Patriots?
Well, the beauty is you got a whole half, and they have their offense is capable. The main fix we have to go right now is defense. We've got to figure a way to stop them. We had 1 stop, I think, that first half. Other than that, they've kind of eaten the clock and been able to go down and score. Other positive is you hit the nail on the head earlier is no turnovers so far. Great half of taking care of the ball. Offensively, they're doing some good things. Defensively, they're doing some good things at times. It's just got to be a little bit more consistent.
So we're sitting here at halftime, 35-12 your score. Paulding County trailing South Paulding 35-12, a 23-point difference in the homecoming game 2021 down here in Douglasville at South Paulding High School. Now, Steve, obviously we've got the homecoming festivities going on, so we're going to take a timeout. We're going to let them crown a queen tonight, and we'll come back with some scores across the area. A lot of high school football games, a lot of big ones, not only in this region, not only in this area, but also across the state of Georgia. And we'll have scores from all over here in just a minute. You're listening to Paulding County Patriots football on the Mountain Coast Network.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals, more preparation for your future, more help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
Welcome back to South Paulding High School. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you at the midway point. Paulding County trailing South Paulding 35-12, a big halftime deficit, Steve, but Patriots are going to try to come back and make their way back in this game as quick as they can.
And that's what they do. They always work hard. They're not going to quit. They're going to go hard. They're going to play with a lot of heart. And, you know, like I said, they have the weapons offensively to be able to get back in it. And we're just going to have to see kind of what unfolds here.
Well, looking at some scores across the area, of course, this is not the only game going on, and this isn't even the game that's going on that most people are looking at in the region. The one that everybody was focusing on was the two top seeds in this region. Rome and Alexander going at it in Douglasville. We've got a score at halftime. The Wolves leading 7-0 in a defensive battle. That one's going to come down to the very end.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are two really, really good football teams, both sides of the field. And so, yeah, I could definitely see that.
No doubt about it. And, you know, looking here on Twitter, make sure to follow at NWGA Football, Northwest Georgia Football. They always get a lot of scores from all across the area. And looking at just some scores that they posted here in the last few minutes, Gordon Lee leading Best Academy 21-6. Rockmart on top of Adairsville 28-14 late in the first half. That one also here on the Mountain Coast Network. Larry Gardner has the Adairsville Tigers on the Mountain Coast Network. Haralson County leading Heard County 14-0 down in Franklin, Georgia at the half. Mount Perrin Christian locked in a 14-14 tie with Christian Heritage, that one in the second quarter. And Fannin County all over Chattooga, 28-0 at halftime.
Wow.
Looks like the Rebels are heading for another region championship down in Class 2A. Great battle up in Rome. Model and Pepperell, 15-14. Model on top at halftime.
Yeah, it's funny. That's one of the games we talked about for that AA region anyway that you're going to have to be watching. and we kind of figured it was going to be close, and I don't know if you can get much closer, could you?
You really can't. And actually a halftime score here, Rockmart 35, Adairsville 20. We just went to halftime, so a couple of added scores in that one, 15-point difference at the midway point. North Murray leading Murray County 35-14. That's another score that we're keeping track of. Looking up in Bartow County, halftime, close one. Calhoun 21, Cass 14.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's,
the Colonels hanging tight with the Yellow Jackets. Man. Hey, credit to Cass. We'll see if they can pull it off. Some other games that we were looking at in Bartow County, that was the biggest one, though, and it's a very close score. So tip of the cap to Cass staying in that game. But, of course, Steve, we mention it every single week. You know, we're at this point in the season, we talk about high school football. Obviously, we're here at a high school game, but we also want to talk about some college football. Plenty of big games this weekend. Looking at the recap, we've got some SEC games this weekend. How about the noon game tomorrow on the SEC Network? Arkansas hosting Arkansas Pine Bluff. Would imagine the Razorbacks get a pretty easy win in that one.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's the only non-conference game. The rest are conference games, so we should be able to, get a chance to see some pretty good matchups. That one, really not expecting it. Ole Miss, the 12th-ranked Rebels, hosting LSU. That's the SEC on CBS game of the week, 3:30 p.m. kickoff tomorrow. Vanderbilt and Mississippi State in Nashville. Doesn't get much uglier than that, Steve.
Boy, I'm going to say that'll be interesting.
It's going to be some bad football.
Yeah, I tell you, going back to that LSU game, I was surprised that LSU was able to win that one last week against Florida. To be honest with you, that was a game I was not expecting them to win.
Well, it's a hard place to go play down there in Death Valley, and a big win for the Tigers knocking off the Gators. But I agree with you. I didn't see that one coming either. LSU will try to continue with another upset of Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss tomorrow. Another game, it's the third Saturday in October, being played on the fourth Saturday in October this year. Tennessee and Alabama.
Yeah.
Would imagine the fourth-ranked Tide roll in that one in Tuscaloosa, 7 p.m. kickoff on ESPN. And then finally, Texas A&M, the 17th-ranked Aggies. They're hosting South Carolina in College Station, 7:30 p.m. kickoff on the SEC Network.
Yeah, it's good thing it's in Tuscaloosa because they'd have had to put Saban in a helmet or something to keep all them golf balls off of him if it was going to.
No doubt about it.
Be at Neyland Stadium.
Well, looking at this one, we've got Jacksonville State at Sam Houston State. Some other games of colleges here in the area. Jacksonville State making the ride out to Texas to take on the Sam Houston State very solid team they've got. Of course, Paulding County fans, they remember Keyshawn Jackson. He's a freshman receiver at JSU. And they're going to be trying to upset one of the top teams in FCS. That one kicks off at 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow on ESPN+. Kennesaw State traveling to North Carolina, taking on Campbell. That one 4 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. And then Mercer down in Macon, they're hosting Wofford. Big conference matchup, 6 p.m. on ESPN+. In Division II, how about the Shorter Hawks making the ride down to Pensacola, trying to beat West Florida? That one starts at 5 o'clock Eastern time. It's going to be right here on the Mountain Coast Network. For Paulding County fans, Nehemiah Bing, former offensive lineman, he plays for Shorter, and that game can be heard again here on Mountain Coast Network. Mike Beavers has the call tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. airtime and 5 p.m. kickoff down in sunny Pensacola, Florida. Might be a little bit warmer down there, Steve.
I was going to say, it's we were talking about our sponsors, man, and you keep hitting McDonald's, and it's been a long time since lunch for me. And plus, where we're ended up having to set up tonight is basically right over the concession stand, so I'm smelling hot dogs and that kind of thing. And then we keep talking about McDonald's. You may have to do about a little bit by yourself. No, we won't do that, but.
Well, you got a point. I've been thinking with the sponsors, I've been thinking about Georgia Power. I could go for some heat right now.
Well, that's a good point, too. That's a real good point. See if they could pipe something in here to us.
Looking at some other games in the area, the 4th-ranked West Georgia Wolves, what a win it was last week, knocking off the #1 team in the country. They have homecoming tomorrow. They host North Greenville. That one kicks off at 6 p.m. over in Carrollton. The Berry Vikings up in Rome, Georgia, they're going to head a little ways north to Kentucky to take on Hendricks. That one 2 p.m. kickoff Eastern time. And then Reinhardt, it's their homecoming up in Waleska. They're hosting Faulkner at noon tomorrow. As for some Paulding County alumni in action tomorrow, Silas Modisett, defensive back at Austin Peay, the freshman. They are taking on Murray State, he and Austin Peay. That one kicks off at 3 p.m. Saturday. Tony Lazaruka, running back at Mars Hill up in North Carolina. They're at home. They're hosting Catawba at 1 p.m. Saturday. Fabian Jinka, he's with Benedictine. They're hosting Missouri Valley on Saturday. And then Matthew Frey, a freshman walk-on over at Georgia Tech, kicker and punter. They are traveling to Charlottesville to take on Virginia. That one at 7:30 on the ACC Network tomorrow. And a couple of Patriot alumni in the NFL. Deontay Ruffin with the Chicago Bears. They're playing at Tampa Bay, 4:25 p.m. kickoff Sunday on CBS. We'll see Tom Brady and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Very similar play styles.
Yeah.
Just like it.
Yeah, real quick, run the ball well.
Yeah, when I think of Tom Brady, that's what I think of.
Yeah. Well, that's he has.
Quick.
I think he has twice.
Yeah, a couple of times he has. A couple of times.
Yeah, he is a old school Chris Berman is called lumbering.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah.
That's a very poetic way to put it. Well, Ruffin and the Bears playing down in Tampa Bay. Then Antonio Gandy Golden and the Washington football team, they're traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. That one at 1 p.m. Sunday on Fox. We'll be keeping an eye on all of those games.
Yep.
And make sure to support the Paulding County alumni in action tomorrow. If you can't make it out to a game, if you got nothing planned, make sure to flip on the TV. Good chance is you'll see a person from Paulding County playing on TV. A lot of former, Patriots or Spartans or former, Raiders, whatever school you want to look at here in the county, Wolfpack or Hornets. A lot of guys playing at the next level and even beyond that. So kudos to them and kudos to the development that we have here in the county.
Absolutely.
Well, Steve, we got a couple more minutes until the second half will start. They've crowned a homecoming queen here at South Paulding High School. Congratulations to her. We didn't hear the name. But, again, we'll step aside. We'll come back with the start of the second half. Paulding County trailing South Paulding 35-12 here on the Mountain Coast Network.
Georgia Highlands College has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. Highlands.edu.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
How are y'all doing on this great Friday night? Logan Maddox, Steve Turrentine with you from South Paulding High School. Timothy D. Clanton Senior Field, great athletic complex here on the southern side of Paulding County. Great high school and a great program as they lead Paulding County 35-12, but a great team across the other sideline for the Patriots. And good coaching staff as well. They're going to try to battle back in this one, Steve. Still plenty of time,
absolutely.
and they get the ball to start out in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a big plus, too. I mean, being able to get that, they want to try to keep control of the ball, take some time, and they've just got to each of these possessions are important, and they're going to try to make sure that they eat that clock and then get a score at the end of it.
Well, we're sitting here at halftime, and Steve, I know you mentioned your keys, but how important is the pass game here in the second half for the Patriots?
It's extremely important, and really the running game is too, but they definitely need to make sure that they stay doing what they're doing. The first half offensively was not bad. They had the one drop that could have been a touchdown. They had another option as a touchdown that could have been there. Okoye was open, but South Paulding that second quarter, they started bringing a lot of pressure, running different stunts, little cross stunts, different things, mostly coming from the outside. And so, unfortunately, Malden had to scramble, wasn't able to see Okoye and wasn't able to just had to get rid of it. But, so they've had options. So they've had opportunities, and they will have opportunities this half. They've just got to take advantage of them, get some scores, and then really count on that defense to step up and get some stops.
One thing that I've noticed is, this team playing some different guys on kick return than we've seen so far this year. We've seen Jalen Gandy, the senior, playing, some different positions. I can't remember seeing him on kick return. Osei Evans, personally, maybe I just overlooked him earlier in the year. He's out there. Also Quan Philpott. So getting some older guys out there, also some younger guys getting some playing time.
Well, you look, too, offensively, we got to see Van Dyke. We hadn't seen him line up in the running back position, and he did a few times, did a good job, had a real big run one of the times, second quarter, I think it was.
Paulding County already out there getting set to return this kick to start out the second half. They're down 35-12. And the kicker for South Paulding, Oswaldo Cerna, the senior. He's looked good so far tonight. We'll see if he can put this one in the end zone. Mason Hamilton to return it. Hamilton, the junior running back, waiting at his own 3-yard line. The Spartans break the huddle and just about set to send this one down the field and get the second half underway. 35-12 your score on the Mountain Coast Network. Cerna comes up, puts his foot into it, and it's a bit of a pooch kick. It fielded on one hop at the 15 by Hamilton. Jukes to the outside. He's up to the 25, still on his feet, and hit from behind around the 29-yard line. A solid return by Hamilton.
Great run back, really. I mean, he was covered. They had 3 or 4 guys on him because, like I said, it hit the ground and bounced up high, and they had people there, and he was able to catch it, avoid them, and have a good run back, really.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line, they'll say, for Paulding County here. One of their best starting field positions of the evening. They'll have Jones and Chardavon on the left side, Odabimi in the slot on the near side, the outside receiver, David Okoye. The running back, Van Dyke, and the quarterback in the pistol formation is Braden Malden.
We got blitz coming.
Yeah, with the snap, and they get him from behind again.
Same one.
He's hit hard.
They got nobody over there. I mean, he's lined up there, and he's revving his engines, man. I mean, there's no doubt he's coming. And there's absolutely nobody on that backside that's blocked him either time. Nobody's even touched him. That's not even a chip block. I mean, he's just coming straight in and having no problems at all getting the ball.
On the tackle that time was Jake Wesson, the junior linebacker. We've said his name already this evening. Loss of 5 yards on 1st down and 10, the 3rd sack of the night. It looked like it was a busted play as well. 2nd down and 15 now. Malden in the gun to pass. And he's got Odabimi leaping but can't hold on to it. Hit as the ball hit his hands and incomplete. Good coverage that time by number 21 for South Paulding, Brandon Ronhale.
Yeah, it was good coverage. He was there, but Odabimi had position. And I believe if you'd ask him, he would tell you he should have caught that also. It hit him in the hand. Had to jump up for it, but it was catchable.
3rd down and 15 now for Paulding County. Ball on their own 25. Need to get it up to the 40 to move the sticks. 2 receivers on each side. A lot of cushion on the slot man on the left side. And that's Chardavon. You got to respect him.
Playing now tight on the far receiver. That could be an option right there because I don't see there's no way safety's going to get over there. So it has to be man on that side.
Malden in the pistol. Play clock running down. Waiting for the snap. He gets it. Malden to pass on third down, looking long, and it's incomplete. Overthrew David Okoye. It was good coverage as well by South Paulding, and now it's fourth down. Coverage that time by number 33. That's the junior defensive back, Nehemiah Gouda. So a 3 and out on the first possession of the second half for Paulding County. Clay Walters to send it over. There are 2 return men ready for it. That's Alex Watkins and Brendan Gates. They stand at their own 30-yard line. Walters, the senior, he's going to punt it away from his own 12. Good snap to Walters. Rugby style, moves to his right and sends it away. A great kick. It's going to be fielded at the 30 by South Paulding. They'll run left to right, get upfield. They're at the 35, break a tackle. They won't break the second tackle. A return that time by Alex Watkins, and a tackle by Paulding County, number 27, Avery May, the sophomore. Good sure tackle that time.
Yeah, absolutely. That was nicely done. Did your job staying in their lanes again and making that tackle.
Watkins gets it all the way up to the 37-yard line. So
what you don't like to see is J.J. Kelly, who's on the punt team, came up holding his arm coming off the field. So I'm not. Hopefully it's just a little stinging, maybe nothing too major.
We've already seen far too many injuries in this running back room for the Patriots. Don't need another. 10:46 to play here in the third quarter. South Paulding with the ball and the lead. They lead at 35-12. Play action. Weisman going for the kill shot. Downfield, caught at the 30. Liam Jeffries will track him down inside the 25, but a big completion, finding number 14, Hayden Jackson.
Yeah, good recovery by Jeffries, and you know, we haven't seen him too much out there as a defensive back, but have kind of being forced to and having in the offense that they're running. Holding his own. That time he was able to just get behind the receiver, was able to get behind him, and but he did a good job staying with it, making that tackle.
40-yard pass to Hayden Jackson, his second catch of the night, and it's 1st and 10. They're in Patriot territory. Ball at the 23 of Paulding County. 2 receivers and a tight end on the right, 1 receiver to the left. Weisman in the gun. Play action to Wilcox. Left side passing again, tries to one-hand it. It's incomplete, but a couple of flags come in, and that's going to be DPI. Pass interference against Jamar Jenkins is going to be the call.
Yeah, I think the big thing is he never saw the ball. He kind of had a hold of him and looked like he was trying to, what I'd call kind of an arm bar, keeping his hand on him so he knows where he is, but he ended up grabbing some jersey and not allowing him to go get that ball.
Was trying to get it to Josiah Harris, and the thing that hurts the most for Paulding County, it wasn't a catchable ball. He wasn't going to make the catch, even if, you know, he doesn't have a hold on to him. Weisman hasn't missed many times tonight, but when he does miss, they get bailed out on that pass interference. It's 1st down and 10. That'll move it inside the 15. It's half the distance to the goal. Ball at the 11-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left. And the defensive backs on the left side right in the face of the receivers. On the right side, big cushion. The running back is Wilcox.
And Dietz is in this slot with the receiver. Looks like
they move Wilcox to the right. It's a screen pass for him. He's got it up to the 10. A juke hit by Odubimi, breaks the tackle, and he'll score. Touchdown by the junior Jamarian Wilcox from 11 yards out, and it's 41-12.
Again, had about 3 guys that looked like that had an opportunity to get him, and nobody could lock up on him. And that's not necessarily, you know, bad mouthing. It's just the fact that it's just what happened. Plus the fact that Wilcox is good. He's a shifty little runner. He does a good job. Keeps those feet moving. Keeps moving hard. It's just he was able to just shake those three tacklers.
So the lead increases for South Paulding. It's now a 29-point difference. And Cerna's kick is up, and it makes it a 30-point game. 42-12 your score. A 3 and out for Paulding County's offense to start out the second half, and then a scoring drive for the Spartans, capped off by an 11-yard pass from Weisman to Wilcox. And now it's a big difference. Paulding County will send their kick return team back out there quickly. Patriots just trying to get something on the board here.
Yeah.
They had a really good stretch there in that second quarter, But since then, their offense hasn't done anything. You look at the stats, 117 total yards right now. You're getting put in the position, just not able to make the plays against this defense.
Yeah, and one of the biggest issues right now is there's just way too many 3rd and longs. It's just extremely difficult. A lot of pressure to put on not only the offensive line, especially when now they're really kind of cranking up and bringing rushes and blitzes coming in, and not doing a great job of picking those up. And so, when it's 3rd and long, like it's been the last probably 3 possessions at least, it makes it extremely difficult.
The bright spot has been the pass game so far for Paulding County. We'll see if they can keep that going as they kick it off to Cerna. They get it at the 10. It's Mason Hamilton. He fields it. Big return. Started on the right side, cut it out to the left, then cut back to the center of the field. He gets it all the way past the 30. And they're going to say that he was knocked down at the 33-yard line, 34. So
yeah,
Mason
he's been
Hamilton,
a bright spot. He's done a good job on those returns. Always, he's finding the holes real well. He's been able to cut back, and really, I think he could have gotten more right there. He just slipped.
Mason Hamilton, a guy that we've seen play some running back, as a reserve running back for Paulding County. I think he's definitely throwing his name in the hat for kick returners for the rest of this year and next year. 1st and 10 for Paulding County. Ball on their own 34. 2 receivers to the right side, an H-back on the right. It's O'Neal, and a receiver to the left. Pistol formation, the running back's Van Dyke, and the quarterback is Malden. The snap to the senior. Play action. He'll throw as he's getting hit. Tipped and almost picked. Was trying to get it to Chardavon, but a man was right there on it. And almost an interception for Josiah Harris. That time, it's really nothing Malden can do because the pressure's right in his face. Just trying to get it away and almost made a mistake.
Yeah, if he had a few more seconds, I think Coy had a one-on-one over this side, basically, man-to-man, and was able to beat his man deep on the kind of an outside route. Outside go route, yeah.
And same formation here on 2nd down and 10 for the Patriots. We'll see if they try to switch up the play because, they had him, just missed the block.
Yeah, there's no cover safety either, so.
They're going to run it on 2nd down with Van Dyke. Van Dyke will get it to the 35. He gains 1 yard, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long again. 3rd down and 9 from the 35, trying to get it to the 44 for a 1st down. I think the most impressive thing from South Paulding's defense has been the play of their linebackers coming up in run support. They'll find the gap and they'll shoot through it immediately.
They're quick getting there. They read it really, really well.
2 receivers on each side. J.J. Kelly in at running back. It's pistol formation once more.
Yeah, they're coming in those gaps.
The snap to Malden. Malden throwing down the field. Okoye's wide open. He's got it at the 35, at the 20, the 10. He'll score. Touchdown, David Okoye. 65-yard touchdown pass from Malden to Okoye.
Yeah, it's been there. What they did that time, Logan, is they did the offensive line give them a ton of credit. They came with both outside linebacker and the inside linebacker came on a kind of a crossing stunt. And they did a phenomenal job picking them up right there. Great job of giving Malden time, giving time to have Okoye get some separation, and a great throw and catch right there. Perfect.
Can you tell that this offense missed David Okoye? 6 catches, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. And some great passes from Braden Malden. The extra point by Walters is up and through. He sends it almost to the parking lot. And now it's 42-19. Paulding County's down, but they're not out.
I got to think about that. We didn't really we forgot about Walters kicking when we parked.
Yeah.
Because that's a good point. About hit our car there.
Uh-oh. We'll have to keep an eye out for that when we come back here, Steve. Hopefully I won't have any windshields out.
He can boot it now. He can kick it. Because it's a good 30 yards past the goalpost. But yeah, he can kick it now. Great job.
Great response
there. So consistent. Yeah. That was big. They needed that. They still got to get some stops on defense.
Paulding County with a 3rd and 9, but they had Okoye open 65 yards later, and it's a touchdown. Clay Walters to kick it off to the Spartans. South Paulding's return team, a little late getting on there. they trot back out there now.
Well, the other good thing what Ocoee did, and I'm assuming it was a call from them or it was a great adjustment, either one, but he's been releasing wide to the outside and just running a kind of an outside go route. And he released again outside, but then he moved it into the out going towards the seam, and it pushed that defender to be on his outside where he's able to get by him and get behind him. So it was a really well executed play.
Kicks it off, does the senior Clay Walters. It's going to be fielded by Watkins at the 10. He cuts out to the right side, and they've got blockers up to the 25, to the 30,
Great
and he
tackle.
is hit, upended by the
Great
last man that time. A great hit, and you're right, it was number 37 on the tackle, Tyon Small, the junior.
Yeah, that was such a nice play. That was just a one-on-one tackle right there, and he did a great job. He got through that. It had only been up to Walters, but then there's a flag on the play, like holding maybe against South Paulding.
We'll check and see. The Patriot student section down here a few rows in front of us starting the "You Can't Do That" chant. And indeed it is against the Spartans. That'll move it inside their own 15, and they'll have it 1st and 10 on their own 13-yard line. So good chance here for Paulding County to try to get a stop, get good field position. But the first step in that equation is stopping the Spartan offense.
Yeah, absolutely. You're exactly right.
Tonight it's been easier said than done. 4 wide receivers, Weissman in the gun, Wilcox beside him. Fake snap, trying to work that snap count. Now heads to the sideline. Gets back in the gun. 8:39 to go in the third quarter, 42-19 South Paulding. The snap to Weissman. Hands it off to Wilcox. Wilcox up the middle. He'll gain a few. Across the 15, and he's down at about the 17. That's a pickup of 4 yards.
Yeah, good job by Daniel O'Neill right there to step up and fill that gap, fill that hole. And not only did he fill it, man, he made an impact when he got there. So well done right there, keeping him to just a 2 or 3 yard gain there, 3 or 4 yard gain, I guess.
Second down now. Unofficially 2nd and 6. 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left. Spartans with the ball in the lead. Weissman hands it off. Left side, it's Wilcox. Wilcox trying to find the hole. Gavin White wraps him down, but not before he gets a first down. Gain of 7. That time he got out to the edge, found a hole, cut up field. And
yeah, that was 16 that time. I was caught off guard by who.
16 on the carry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just, I was just noticing it was Kyle Tanner, it looked like. But yeah, good run though, real good run, hit the hole hard. Great job by Gavin Wright, kind of White to hold on to him.
Both of those carries by the senior Kyle Tanner. And now he'll be relieved.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to bring in number 41 to run the rock.
Now they got Wilcox now, he's coming back in. Looks like he's.
They thought about bringing in Albert McCoy.
They did.
Yeah.
They did, and they changed their mind there at the end.
They said, no, it's still too close of a game.
Yeah.
It's a 23-point difference right now, 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Weissman getting the play call in from the offensive staff. Both of those mountainous offensive linemen, Madden Sanker, actually dancing to the left tackle.
I don't know if that's a line call, maybe a blocking call, or
maybe
he's
just
having a good
feeling
time.
it. You never know. Weissman will
looking
pass.
forward to the homecoming dance.
Weissman
Great
passing
coverage.
on first down. Dumps it off to the running back, Wilcox.
Great coverage.
Wilcox is hit at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, and Tay Cochran will chase him down from behind. They'll gain nothing, but you're right, it was great coverage
It really
downfield.
was. That was but that, again, it kind of goes overlooked, but Weissman did such a good job. That was probably the third progression right there, the third check down progression. And he did a great job of hitting Wilcox right there. But, yes, phenomenal coverage by the defensive backs that time to force that check down. And 0 yards really almost pushed him backwards once he did make the catch.
Credit Jalen Gandy that time, too. The safety coming up in coverage on the running back. Taylon Cochran and Gandy combining for the tackle there. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now. They gain nothing on first down on that dump off to Wilcox. 2 receivers and a tight end on the right. One receiver on the left. They're running it again here on second down. Between the tackles, they run it right at J. Rod Abrams. They push him back, and they gain a big chunk on second down. It will be third down, though. Not enough to move the chains, but still a good pickup on second.
Yeah, it really
10.
was, and really there wasn't a whole lot there. He was just kind of bulled his way enough to get about 3 yards there.
And I think the running back was Wilcox. Looks like
it was that time, but yeah, it looks like they're bringing. Oh, he's still there.
I couldn't tell if they subbed him out or not. They're going to keep him in.
Yeah, they are.
3rd and 6, ball at the 27-yard line. Wiseman pausing to get the call in once more. Got one-on-one coverage on the far side. Now they're going to switch up the formation a little bit. Relaying the play call. And did they take too long?
Got a timeout, I believe.
Spartans wanting to talk it over. 5:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. 42-19. Paulding County trails it. We'll come back here in just a moment on the Mountain Coast Network.
If another crisis happens, will your job be secure? Find a career path where you are essential. Georgia Northwestern Technical College offers programs of study in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient campus locations. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Visit us on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Be essential.
And the beach theme is engulfed by the band right beside us.
I need that picture in my head right now. It's not like it's really cold, but it's cold. It's colder than it usually has been. It's perfect Friday night football weather.
You know, if it's cold enough for me to shiver, it's too cold.
It's my own fault. I mean, I'm sitting here in shorts. I should have known better. But yeah, man, it's perfect fall Friday night weather.
3rd down and 6 for the Spartans. Ball sitting on their own 27-yard line. Need to get it up to the 33 to move the chains. 5 minutes and 27 seconds left in the 3rd. 42-19. Paulding County trails it. The snap to Wiseman, the junior, looking right side, throws on a comeback route. It's caught, first down. Up to the 35.
Yep.
They gain 8.
Rolled out to the right, out route, perfect throw, good catch. A little low, he had to kind of slide and make the catch, but just enough for the first down.
That was Brendan Gates on the catch. Gates, kick returner and wide receiver. 8-yard pickup on 3rd and 6, and it's first down. Ball at the 35 of South Paulding. The Spartans have the ball there. 2 receivers, a tight end on the left, 1 receiver on the far side. Wiseman, play action. Throws it to the right, caught by Gates at the 50, breaks a tackle and stepped out of bounds. Otherwise, that's a house call.
Yeah, another back shoulder throw, really good, well executed. And good job, defender. Got enough of him, got enough push to get him out of bounds. Right around midfield.
15 more yards for Brendan Gates and 15 more for Kason Wiseman, the junior, with 333 passing yards. Patriot defense just trying to get off the field. Two receivers and a tight end on the left, 1 receiver to the right. Wiseman heading to the sideline. The running back here for South Paulding is number 16, Kyle Tanner, the senior. They'll give it to Tanner. Tanner to the right side, tries to barrel over Daniel O'Neal. O'Neal will wrap him up and bring him down, but he picks up 5 on first down. And now it'll be second down and medium. Kyle Tanner has shown some good stuff in the backfield.
He has. That was a planned cutback play right there. It was kind of a handoff to the left, but deep in the backfield, enough to where we could cut back to the right. And hole was there, but then it closed up pretty quickly. Good job by Paulding County. But yeah, he runs the ball well.
4:44 and ticking here in the 3rd quarter. 23-point lead for the Spartans. They have the ball at the Paulding County 45 here. They'll run it with Tanner once again. Between the tackles, breaks a couple of tackles, a flag flies. He has a first down, but will it stand? It was a gain of around 7 or 8 yards, but he might have been aided by some laundry.
Yeah, that came in right at the end of the play. So I'm not sure. A lot of times if it's a hold, it come in a little bit quicker.
And you're right, it was a face mask against Paulding County. So count that 8-yard run and add 15 to it. He was brought down at the Paulding County 38. That should move him down to about the 23. They're going to say it was, yeah. I guess they'll say it was just a 5-yard face mask. I'm not entirely sure what that call is, but hey, we won't argue.
Well, as I say, that's one thing you miss from not being over in the press box is that the referee does not face us when he makes the call, so it's hard to see all of it sometimes.
I want to thank everybody for joining us on this Friday night here in southern Paulding County. Spartans on top, 42-19. They have it 1st and 10 now in Patriot territory at the 33. Weissman rolls out to the left, throwing on the run, looking downfield. It's caught at the goal line, and they'll score.
Yeah, that's a good play. He's a great job of holding on to that ball. That's a new name that we haven't called. 22.
Yeah, that's Tavon Wright, the backup running back. Caught it like a receiver, though.
Sure did now. Sure did. That was it was really a good catch.
33-yard touchdown pass.
Not bad coverage, but again, Weissman threw it only where his receiver could catch it, and he did.
Makes it 48-19 now. 3:57 here in the third quarter. That was a heck of a play there by Weissman because he rolled out, completely turned his back to the play because he had to roll out to the near side. He's right-handed, ran to the left, threw pretty much on the run, and 35 yards down the field, put it on the money. The extra point for South Paulding, and Oswaldo Cerna is converted. And now it's a 30-point game once more, 49-19 with 3:57 to go here in the third quarter. Not the way that Paulding County was hoping this evening would go.
Not at all.
To say
but
the very
what you
least.
love about them, though, is they always play hard. They're going to keep playing hard. It's just this offense is extremely – and I know that, when I say things – like they need a stop, and it may sound simple, but it's much more difficult than it is. I mean, you've got a great defense coordinator. Umbro Brown does a great job here, and so he always has a great scheme. He's got a good one tonight. It's just there's only so much you can do when you're facing a really, really talented offense that is so well balanced, and so it makes it tough. And not anybody they've played hadn't really found the secret to that yet.
Yeah, you're facing a team with a very dynamic quarterback. They've got a talented running back, and they've got probably one of the best offensive lines in Class 6A.
Absolutely.
They've got certainly two of the best tackles. And when you can't get pressure on Weissman, he'll have a field day.
Absolutely, and we're used to that. We're used to being able to get pressure.
The kickoff from Cerna is going to be caught on the run, actually off of the shoulder pad of Mason Hamilton. It rolls out shy of the 20. They'll say it rolled out at the 19-yard line, so that's where Paulding County will have it to start out this drive. Well, the Patriots were backed up 3rd down and 9 on that last one. Then they had a 65-yard touchdown pass. We'll see if they can get another scoring drive here. The game's not yet over. There's still time. And if nothing else, you want to go down swinging if you are going to lose. Paulding County has lost 7 of the 9 previous matchups to South Paulding, right now trailing big. Play action. Malden rolling to his left, throwing on the run. It's Chardavon coming back to it, but he didn't catch it. Chardavon couldn't catch it. He was trying to grab it as he fell to the ground. It's incomplete.
Yeah, rolled out to his left, reverse roll out actually, and went to his left. Chardavon was coming back to the ball a little bit low, but that's a tough throw to make. A lot of yardage there in that air. But diving, try again, like we talked about. They're going to go down fighting. They're going to go down making all the effort that they can, and just a little bit short that time.
2 receivers and a tight end, Odubimi to the left side. On the right side is David Okoye. Hamilton the running back, and Malden in the pistol. 3:47 to go here in the third quarter. They'll run it with Hamilton. The junior getting the carry. He'll get it up across the 20. He's knocked down at the 21. That'll set up a 3rd down and 8. Mason Hamilton getting ahead of steam, but running into a brick wall.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nowhere to go. It's like we talked about. You called it earlier, great call too, is that they do such a good job of filling holes. They really, sometimes they only got 3 down linemen, but they'll fill holes really, really quickly.
Madden Sanker, the big left tackle who every college in America wants, he's the nose guard. And it's pretty hard when you're running right at him.
Yeah.
2 receivers on each side of the formation here on 3rd down and 8. Stepping up and firing is Malden. He's got Jones down there. It hit off the helmet of the defensive back, and they are not going to call pass interference.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The defensive back did not look back for the ball.
Not
They're going to say that he didn't
He
hinder.
just ran through him. I mean, he wow, that's surprising. But
I'll say this. Jones had a chance to catch it because both hands were back at the ball.
And if he could have come back to it, because he saw it and he was trying to come back, but he was being prevented to come back to make that catch. Wow.
So incomplete pass. Now it's 4th down, and Walters back out to punt it away. The 2 return men for South Paulding, Watkins and Gates, standing around their own 40. Walters will punt it inside his own 10. High snap. Walters gets it. Gets this one off just in the nick of time. It's going to hit at midfield and take a Patriot roll inside the 40, and it's going to be hit there. So it'll be 1st down and 10 at the South Paulding, say 37-yard line. So Patriot defense back out onto that field. They're going to try to keep it where it is here with 2:51 left in the 3rd quarter. A lot of celebration on the far side. It's homecoming, and so far for South Paulding, it's been a successful one. Their band's played all night. Their student section has shown up and showed out. And so far, the team matching that with their performance on the field. Two receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. 1st and 10 here for the Spartans. Getting the play call in from the sideline. Wiseman, 10-step drop it seemed like. Fires as far as he can. He's got a man. It's intercepted. Short-armed it, and it's picked off by Paulding County. Kavari Riddick intercepts it. He's knocked down at the 30. Fighting after the play between both sides. A push from South Paulding, and we'll see who it's thrown on. Huge pick there for the Patriots. They had a man open, and Wiseman threw it too short.
Yeah, he did. It was a pick, and I know, I mean, Paulding County was excited because of they were congratulating but then the receiver it was thrown to apparently didn't like it. And I'm not sure if it's just going to be on him or they're going to get both of them, but it was definitely the receiver there from South Paulding.
We'll check and see. I think they're going to call it offsetting, which is fair because something might have been said.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, there's no doubt that wait a minute.
That's a head scratcher. They just called it against Paulding County. A punch was thrown from South Paulding.
Wow.
That's a head scratcher.
Wow.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now inside their own 20 at the 16-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Malden will pass across the middle. It's Okoye. He caught it at the 40, ahead to the 45 and knocked down close to midfield.
God, what a great throw, because they had they had dropped the linebacker back, and he had to throw it hard enough on a line to get it to Okoye without the defensive back being able to catch up and intercepting it, but also touch enough to get it over that linebacker, that dropped linebacker's arm. Man, that was beautiful, and great concentration by Okoye.
Gets it up to the 49-yard line. All they did with that penalty was give David Okoye more room to make catches. 33-yard strike. Malden looking left side now. He's got Jones, and it's tipped and incomplete, and they throw the flag late finally.
He couldn't find it, but, that was a good call because that was definitely catchable, and he just pushed him basically.
And you're right. To be fair, the official was reaching for it, and that's my fault.
It wasn't. I wasn't saying I was saying. I just happened to be noticing that because I was the same thing. I was the same way, and I thought he's not going to call it. Then I noticed he was digging, trying to find it.
That time the defensive back made contact with Khalil Jones before the ball got there. Jones still almost caught it.
And I've said a couple of times the fact that they're not looking back, that's really not a penalty in high school, but still it ought to be an indicator, though, that they're not sure where the ball is and they can't make contact with the receiver. But that time it definitely hindered them, and I'm like you, I kind of wasn't sure they were going to call that one either.
That moves it into Spartan territory. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the South Paulding 36. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Pistol formation with 2:06 to play here in the third quarter.
Blitz.
They bring the pressure. Free rusher. Malden throws off his back foot and incomplete off the fingertips of Chardavon.
They ran that exact same blitz package, except from this side this time, from same, I know we've called his name, and I can't remember, 13 for South Paulding.
Yeah, Jake Wesson.
Yeah, again, same blitz package, but from the right side instead of the left.
Sticking with that same formation here, same players on 2nd down and 10. Ball on the Spartan 36-yard line after that incompletion. Malden steps up to the line of scrimmage. Now backs to about the 41, waiting on the snap. Play clock running down. They get it to Malden. Fires one right side and 2 high for David Okoye. And now it's 3rd down. Braden Malden with 211 passing yards so far tonight, a couple of touchdowns. One of those came on a 3rd and long, Steve. He's going to try to do it again right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got Okoye and Chardavon on the right side. On the far side is Khalil Jones. Timmy Odebimi, the tight end, on the right side of this formation. It's a pistol look. Gavin Van Dyke is the running back, and the quarterback, Braden Malden. The snap to Malden. They'll hand it off to Van Dyke. Breaks a tackle on his feet at the 30, looking to get outside, and he's hit from behind. It was a great pickup, though, on 3rd and 10. It's not a 1st down, but he's pretty close. It should be about 4th and 1 here. That was a gutsy run by Van Dyke.
Sure was.
He's shown some really good things.
Yeah, he runs hard now. He runs tough.
It's fun to see him tote the rock for sure. Now it's 4th and 1. Malden will go under center. Heavy set look. They'll turn around, hand it off to J.J. Kelly, and he's hit. He loses yardage, and that's a turnover on downs. Jake Wesson came through and denied him. It's been that kind of night.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way of putting it.
75 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and South Paulding will take back over. And Case and Wiseman will remain in the game along with the rest of the starters. You wonder how long they'll stay in there. You also wonder if maybe they'll rely on the run game here. They've continued to pass. The snap to Wiseman. Play action. Firing one left side. It's Josiah, and he's called it. 1st down and 10. Got one to Josiah Harris. Close to midfield. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 47.
Yeah, just another I feel like we just keep saying the same thing, but again, back shoulder throw, good throw, perfect throw, exactly where it needed to be, but also good catch on this end.
19-yard pass to Harris, 1st and 10 now. Went out of bounds with 1:09 to play in the third. Wiseman in the gun. Sanker, the left tackle, calling out where the blitz is going to be coming from. And it's coming from the far side. Play action. No, they give it off to the running back. He's into Patriot territory, still fighting ahead down at the 42-yard line. Big pickup, and on the carry that time, a name that we haven't said yet, I don't think. It's the freshman Albert McCoy. He gains about 13 yards on the carry. And again, it's a 1st down for South Paulding. McCoy will stay in the game at tailback here on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him. A sweep right side, and he lost his footing. The turf monster got him. And he'll fall down at the 46.
Just tried to make a cut. Just, I guess, lost his footing there.
Shot down by a sniper up in the press box. He loses 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 15. And the sad thing, well, I wouldn't say sad, but just a testament to how good this offensive line is that's one of the first tackles for loss for Paulding County, and it was just where a player slipped up.
Right.
3 quarters down, 4's up on that home sideline. Paulding County trailing South Paulding 49-19. We got 12 minutes left to see how this one goes. We'll step aside and come back with the final stanza after this on the Mountain Coast Network.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
Paulding County might be down on the scoreboard, but don't tell that to the Pride of Paulding Marching Band. They're doing a good job up here, Steve.
Absolutely. They sound great.
We start the 4th quarter of play. We switch sides of the field. South Paulding on top, 49-19. And the Spartans have the ball. We'll see if they go with a running clock here in the 4th quarter. It's a 30-point difference. Usually they do if both coaches agree to it. Not sure if Coach Spence and the Patriots agreed with it, but I suppose we'll find out. 2 receivers and a tight end on the right side, 1 receiver to the left. It's 2nd down and 15 here for the Spartans after a loss of 5 on the previous play. Play action. Wiseman rolling out to the right. He'll step up, evading pressure, tucks it, and falls down as Liam Jeffries was waiting to light him up. And that'll go in the books as the first sack all night for Paulding County's defense. They lose a couple, and it's going to be 3rd down and 17 now. Ball on the Paulding County 48, trying to get it to the 31 for a 1st down. 4-wide formation for the Spartans. Trips left, 1 receiver alone to the right side. It's Gates all by himself. The running back is the senior Tanner. The quarterback, the junior Kason Wiseman. The snap, play action, back in the pocket. Heavy rush, steps up, evades a couple of defensive linemen, and he's got a 1st down. Unbelievable. Still on his feet at the 20 and out of bounds inside the 20. That was Johnny Manziel.
Golly. Wow, that was a huge hole, too. I don't know if that was a planned quarterback draw, but he dropped back a little bit and felt a little bit of pressure and just took off. And
just how you draw it up. 3rd down and 17, a 31-yard quarterback keeper. You're right. I mean, once he got around the initial rush, there was nobody in the center of the field. Everybody was in coverage.
Yeah, he had a good 10 yards before he even hit the next level.
Had the 1st down, could have stepped out of bounds, stayed in, and picked up another 10, 12 yards just by tiptoeing the out-of-bounds line. 1st and 10 in the red zone. They're at the 17-yard line. Weissman play action, lobbing one right side for Gates, and he hauls it in.
Wow, great catch.
That was Randy Moss, and Tyler Smith is getting up slowly in the end zone. We hope that he's okay. 17-yard touchdown pass from Weissman.
Catch. He just timed it, jumped. Great catch.
First touchdown catch of the night for Brendan Gates. 55-19. And time called so Tyler Smith can get helped up. He's limping, but making his way to the sideline under his own power, and that's a good sign. That time Smith had, he had pretty good coverage. It was right on him, but you can't have the coverage for a perfect pass. You just can't cover it.
No. Like I said, it was good coverage. It just couldn't quite get his hand up there to knock it down.
Extra point from Oswaldo Cerna, the senior. He's 7 for 7 so far.
This is right-footed. I don't know.
I could have swore he was kicking it left-footed
earlier.
He was.
I think that's a different kicker, but I can't tell for sure.
Might be. The extra point is up, and it's good. You're right. That was a different kicker.
But I don't see him on the.
And if I'm not mistaken, that is Rabin Latham, the sophomore kicker.
Okay.
So they've actually got 3 kickers listed on the roster, and Latham converts it to make it 56-19. 37-point game here with 10:08 to play in the 4th quarter. Patriot offense will head back out there. And Dalton hanging tight.
I was trying to listen
County.
to some scores. I've seen if they're going to say the Rome score.
Last we heard was 7-0. They just said Carrollton is crushing East Paulding, but Dalton hanging tight with Douglas County, 35-28.
Wow.
That's who's going to make their way to Dave Hardin Stadium next week. Paulding County, assuming they don't have a 40-point 4th quarter comeback here, they are going to fall to 0-5 in region play. And if Dalton loses to Douglas County a short drive down the road from here, that would set up a meeting next week of 2 0-5 teams. And kicking off is Oswaldo Cerna, re-enters. It's going to be fielded at the 12 by Paulding County. It's Mason Hamilton coming near side. He's up to the 20. Breaks a tackle, spins away from a man. He'll fall ahead to the 23-yard line again. Mason Hamilton giving it his all on these kick returns.
Yeah, he's done a great job as a returner. And done a good job. I mean, whoever you put out there in running backs run hard. They just haven't had any holes for the most part.
And the thing is, this offensive line's done all they can do. They're not doing a bad job. It's just, it's been perfect time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blitzes.
Yeah. And a lot of 3rd and longs, and that's just hard. It's just hard to do when it's third and long most of the time.
So this pass-heavy Paulding County Patriot attack back out onto the field so far. They're 227 total yards, 211 through the air. They'll run it on 1st and 10. They give it to Gavin Van Dyke, and Van Dyke with a nice carry again. He gains about 7.
Well, and he might be the most productive out of all of them so far this game. He's run really, really hard and is able to break through a couple of times.
He has been the most productive, 30 yards on 6 carries. He goes between the tackles there for 7. Now it's 2nd down and 3. Two receivers to the right, one receiver to the left. He'll look to the left. It's David Okoye down there around midfield and knocked away, but they'll throw the flag. That time the defensive back made contact with him just as the ball was coming to Okoye, and that's going to be a flag. That'll be a free set of downs here for Paulding County. I believe that Coach Spence and the Patriots have elected to not go with a running clock here in the 4th quarter. waiting for the official call. And they're moving the ball back.
Was there two penalties?
Did
they call offensive?
They called offsetting pass interference penalties. That is the first time I've ever seen that. .8:36 to go in the game. Paulding County trailing 56-19.
Did you see another flag? I just saw one flag, but maybe I missed it.
I just saw one. Maybe it was a flag in the backfield. Might not have been pass interference. Yeah. But either way, it was offsetting. They'll run it again here on 2nd down and 5. Gavin Van Dyke with a full head of steam, and he's got close to a first down. He gains a few. We'll see where they spot him, though. They got Liam Jeffries in there as lead blocker. They say he's a yard short, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 here. 2 receivers to the right side, a tight end over there. It's Liam Jeffries. 1 receiver on the left side. It's David Okoye. And a man jumped off sides. Finally, Braden Malden able to work that snap count, and that moves the chains, unless it was offsetting. Let's see. They'll say it was not. Paulding County's offensive line tried to keep the ref moving, tried to move him a few more yards down the field. He was not biting. So it'll be 1st and 10 now at their own 37-yard line. 3 wide receivers in there, 1 tight end on the right side. Pistol formation. Malden is going to heave one left side. David Okoye again leaps up, and it's incomplete, but another flag comes in. We'll take it, Steve.
Yeah, we'll take it. That looked like
I thought
it was pretty good coverage on my part. And that was funny because that was a brand new. He just came in for the normal defensive or the regular defensive back, 33 on this side, and they went right at him. And I thought he had a pretty good coverage right there, but now he's coming off and 33 back on.
Yeah, Braden Graham was the backup defensive back there, and he looks over at the sideline and says, "What did I do wrong there?" I mean, you know, and the ref had a better view than us.
He
up
does.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe there was something that
but he was
saw,
running side by side with him, and it looked like maybe they thought he grabbed it. He may have grabbed him. I wasn't watching that inside hand. Maybe he grabbed him with an inside hand.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10 either way for Paulding County. That moves them into South Paulding territory at the 48. Clock is running here, 7:25 and ticking. The snap to Malden, pump fakes, steps up, now he'll throw left side, and it was miscommunication. David Okoye kind of stopped on the route, and he threw it as if Okoye was going to keep going downfield. And the clock continuing to run with a 37-point game going here. Steve, got a feeling it's going to be a quick post game tonight.
Yeah, I think so too.
I want to thank everybody at South Paulding, the administration, for helping us
Hurry
out.
Up,
also,
they get 12 on.
and they're not able to get the snap off. Timeout taken by South Paulding before Paulding County could get the snap off. You're right, they had 12 guys on. They were running them off late, and Coach Robinson and the Spartans just decided, hey, let's call timeout.
You know, you hit the net. You talked about it. You hit it a little bit earlier, but you know, we got to give some props to Coach Robinson too. He's done such a great job. Stepped in, which is not an easy job to do once the season has begun. But he's stepped in and has done a really, really good job with the South Paulding team.
And Coach Robinson's a guy that's from Creekside High School over in Fairburn. Played at Livingstone College in North Carolina. He's succeeded everywhere he's been, but this is his first time as a head coach. And it's been an impressive season for the Spartans, and we do wish him luck the rest of the way. You hate that the night's going the way it is for Paulding County, but you got to respect it for the other sideline.
Well, and you know, all you hear is good things about him, good way he treats the players, got good attitude, treats them really well. You just assume, not knowing anything about the situation, but you just kind of assume with the year that they're having and the job that he's done, that interim title will be removed.
Yeah. Their only loss under him has been to Carrollton, and, you know, get in line. Everybody's lost to Carrollton pretty much this year. They knocked off Rome in one of his first games, so definitely he's done a great job. 2nd down and 10 now, bringing a receiver in motion. Malden's going to fire it downfield, and it's incomplete, and another flag comes in.
Wow.
Knocked away from Francois Chardavon, but the ref says you got too much contact that time.
Now that time it did look like his right hand was on his shoulder pad, but again, I just, well, I'm up here, so they'll take it.
So 2nd and 10 becomes 1st down and 15. And it moves them further into Spartan territory. We got some wind coming up here now, Steve.
Yay.
We got, perfect weather. We got papers going everywhere.
I tell you, the condensation is horrible.
Well,
every paper, all the paper I have over here is soaking wet right now.
Our computer is saturated as well. Trips right, one receiver to the left side. Malden standing in the pistol, and Gavin Van Dyke, the junior, behind him. 3-4 look from this Spartan defense. They bring some pressure. Malden will throw, and it's caught on the left sideline. 1st down and 10. David Okoye. Who else?
Yeah, just sideline throw, just a little quick, or not really a quick out, but about a 15-yard out route, and a good throw and catch.
11 yards from Malden to Okoye. 1st and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line now, knocking at the door of that Spartan red zone. Same formation here, 3 receivers on the right side. You've got Khalil Jones over there, Chardavon, and Liam Jeffries here on the near side. You've got David Okoye. The running back remains Van Dyke, and Malden still in there. He'll look to throw. Tucks it and runs as there's a defensive lineman right behind him, and he'll get a good pickup on 1st down. He gets it inside the 15 down to the 13. That's a gain of 9 yards. First carry of the game for Braden
Good decision,
Malden.
too.
Yep.
I thought he was just going to throw it away, but I think he saw some yards that he could gain and went for it and got really good positive yards there.
2nd down and 1 here for the Patriots. Checking the call here. 56-19 the score if you're just joining us. Under 5 minutes to play. Paulding County trying to come back a bit. They throw it left side, caught, touchdown. David Okoye grabbed it and got just inside the pylon, and the Patriots score again. 3rd touchdown catch of the night for David Okoye. You talk about a return for the junior receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way it started, he could have easily hung his head, and he had one of the first plays of the game. He had when Paulding County was on offense, had a go route that was wide open and dropped it, and could have easily just kind of hung his head, and teammate could have given up on him, but obviously they didn't, and he's come back and had a phenomenal game.
Good snap, good hold, and a great kick by Clay Walters. 56-26, back to a 30-point game here with 4:47 remaining at South Paulding High School. Looking at the stats here for David Okoye, 9 catches, 186 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He has the vast majority of the passing yards tonight for Paulding County. Braden Malden with 3 scoring tosses as well, 235 passing yards. Patriots not going away quietly this evening. And a new kicker on, it's the senior Bryce Wardlaw. They'll give Clay Walters the rest of the night off. He has earned it. If you missed it, Walters nailed a 43-yard field goal earlier. A season long for the senior. And he had plenty of room.
Yeah, sure did.
Would have been good from probably 45, 48. We're waiting on the Spartans return team to make their way out there. Would imagine we're going to have some backups in. 4:47 remaining. And South Paulding with a big lead. Now we've seen Wardlaw kick off earlier this year. It was a pooch kick that was almost recovered by Paulding County. We'll see if they go with that again here. South Paulding with 10 of their 11 return men within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. So obviously they're expecting the onside here. Now, will Paulding County kick an onside kick? We're about to find out. Wardlaw, the senior specialist. The right footer throws his hand in the air. Trots up, and he sends it. This is a great kick. Kicks it, it's going to hit at the 10 and roll into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. So a nice kick there by Bryce Wardlaw. It didn't hit it until about the 10 or 12 yard line there.
Yeah.
What you wanted to see. Clock running with 4:44 left to play in this one. All that's left is a few more minutes of game time, and then we can get out of here. But Paulding County, unfortunately, is going to drop their 5th game in a row. They're going to fall to 2-6, and they'll fall to 0-5 in region play. They will meet Dalton next week in Dallas, and if you can't make it out to the game, it's a Thursday night game, remember. It'll be right here on the Mountain Coast Network. 2 receivers on the right, a tight end on the right, 1 receiver to the left. Running it here on 1st down and 10, and he's swallowed in the backfield by J-Rod Abrams. That time they ran it with number 4. That is Jacob Seymour. Actually, check that. That was number 41 on the carry. Didn't see the other jersey number there. It's McCoy. And McCoy actually lost a yard thanks to a good tackle by J-Rod Abrams. So 2nd and 11 now. Clock rolls under 4 minutes to play. They run it again. It's McCoy, the freshman, left side. Breaks a couple of tackles and bursts ahead. He's hit at the 24-yard line. So he gains what he lost and a few more. That'll bring up around a 3rd down and 6 after a gain of 5 yards from McCoy. Ball on their own 24-yard line, trying to get it to the 30 for a 1st down here. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in this game and ticking. 56-26 the score. South Paulding with the ball and the lead. 2 tight ends on the right side. 1 receiver to the left, 1 receiver to the right. They run it with McCoy between the tackles. He spins away from contact. He's got a 1st down. Still on his feet at the 35, all the way up to the 38-yard line. Albert McCoy with a powering run.
I think we talked about it earlier. He does such a good job of continually keeping his feet moving and running high with his feet high after contact. Just a really good job. Hard to bring him down. He's tough to bring down.
And if you're a Spartan fan, that's got to be the best part.
Absolutely.
Is you got freshmen coming out here. You got a mostly freshman and sophomore offensive line doing a good job blocking against what's mostly, well, no, I wouldn't say mostly, quite a few starters out there for Paulding County.
Right.
Got some young guys in there too, though. And a great run by the freshman running back. 14 yards, a 1st down. Back for McCoy, and Daniel O'Neill greets him not so nicely in the hole. He falls ahead for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Clock rolling under 2 minutes to play now. We're going ahead and look at some final stats now, Steve. 560 total yards for South Paulding to just 268 for Paulding County. The Patriots with 235 through the air, 3 touchdown passes from Braden Malden, all to David Okoye. 9 catches, 186 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 40 yards on 4 catches for Khalil Jones, and 9 yards on just 1 reception for Francois Chardavon. The snap, they'll hand it off to McCoy again. The freshman darts ahead close to midfield where he'll be dropped. Gavin Van Dyke, the bright spot in the run game, 31 yards on 7 carries. Had 9 yards for Braden Malden, 9 yards for Mason Hamilton, and 1 yard for J.J. Kelly. As for South Paulding, it was the Cason Wiseman show. He passed for 402 yards tonight, several touchdowns, and a great game as well from Jamarian Wilcox, 3 touchdowns and 73 yards on 9 carries. Not much else to say about this one as the clock rolls towards 40 seconds to play. South Paulding was the better team tonight. They came out and showed it.
Yeah, there's not much else to say. I mean, it was, one good bright spot, which we'll talk about, but one bright spot, Paulding County, who didn't have any turnovers tonight, which has kind of been a thing that's plagued them from time to time. Took care of the ball well. Just a really, really well-played game from South Paulding, both sides of the ball.
They'll run it for a 1st down with Albert McCoy. The freshman will end the game. Paulding County falls tonight 56-26. A 30-point defeat here to your rival South Paulding on their homecoming night. Paulding County dropping their 5th game in a row. They're 0-5 in region play, Steve, but you're right back at it next week. A brand new ball game against Dalton.
Yep.
We're looking forward to it. Thursday night, kickoff. Got some TNF, some Thursday night football next week, Dave
absolutely.
Harden Stadium. This is a tough one for Paulding County, but, hey, you turn around, you try to get back at it next week.
Yeah, you can't sit here and dwell on it because you've got a real good chance to get a win next week, and got to go back in, same work hard mentality that they've always had, and just go back at it knowing that you've got 2 home games coming in back-to-back.
So there you have it. We thank you all for tuning in tonight. I want to shout out all of our sponsors again: Georgia Highlands College, Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, McDonald's of East Rome and Armuchee, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. For everyone with the Mountain Coast Network, and for Steve Turrentine, I'm Logan Maddox. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your weekend. Your final score: South Paulding 56, Paulding County 26.
You've been listening to a special presentation from the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County High School football game coverage on MCN has been presented by Georgia Highlands College and in part by Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, your East Rome and Armuchee McDonald's, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Thank you for listening, and please support our sponsors. Follow MCN on Twitter at MTN Coast Network and on the World Wide Web at mountaincoastnetwork.com. Paulding County Patriot Football has been brought to you on Mixlr.com by Georgia Highlands College and the Mountain Coast Network.